He's been the Eric Thames of minor league baseball with the biggest story in terms of power. You might have seen a little bit of him in spring training. 2-1 fastball fouled out of play. He went 3 for 5 yesterday in El Paso's game and win over Reno. Had a home run. Got 10 of those already. Had a double among the 3 for 5. And Dinelson Lamet, 4 hit shutout, 7 innings. That boy can pitch. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Spangenberg helmet flew off and a big swing on a fastball in. First 2 outs. First strikeout for Godley. And here is Chris Myers in the 3 spot.
If Lamet continues to pitch the way he has so far, we'll see him sooner rather than later.
Oh, yeah.
Here. Yeah.
He's the goods. We saw him in spring training, Justin and I, and thought, oh, yeah. We saw him. We saw Walker Lockett and thought, oh, he could be up here this year. Sure. Will Myers. 4-game hitting streak, but I need the big deal. 15 out of 16. That's the big deal. Takes a slider outside. Ball 1 from Zach Godley from Chapin, South Carolina. Where he's living now. He was born in Bamberg, South Carolina. 3rd season with the Diamondbacks. 1-0 fastball, strike call. Mr. Hoffman at 3rd. Mr. Washington coaching at first base. Mark McGuire alongside his skipper there, the bench coach. First base dugout for the Padres. The 1-1 is on the way. Swing and a miss. On the defense, Goldschmidt at first, Drury at second. Owings, the shortstop. Lamb at 3rd after being off yesterday. Tomas in left. Pollock in center. Peralta right. Ball swing and a miss by Will. Dropped there by Mathis, forming that battery with Godley here, and a throw down to first base. That's the first inning. Couple of strikeouts. Put out his 2-3, a 1-2-3 for Godley. They've had a couple of good starts so far here by Corbin yesterday and Greinke the day before. They're trying to keep that going. See about the Padres as they go in order to the bottom half here. No Score, FM 94.9 of the Padres Radio Network.
Hi, this is Tony Gwynn Jr., and I'm here to tell you about my favorite casino, Valley View Casino and Hotel. Valley View Casino is home to San Diego's only certified
Mission Fed and the Padres partnering together to win for San Diego. Learn more at missionfed.com/community. And thanks, Mission Fed.
When the Padres play, San Diego's alternative is live and commercial-free on your phone.com. Buy me some peanuts and on FM 94.9.
Trevor Cahill, big San Diego boy on the mound here for his San Diego Padres. Grew up a Padre fan, now he's pitching for the home team. It can't get too much sweeter than that in your baseball career, or any profession for that matter, to go home to San Diego. A.J. Pollock will lead off here. Scoreless in the bottom of the first. Pollock, Peralta, and Goldschmidt. Trevor winds and deals. There's one fastball right down the middle. So he was drafted by Oakland, Trevor, of course, then traded to the Diamondbacks in 2011. Colin Cowgill, who you saw in spring training and now playing in the Padre minors, he was in that deal. It's a ground ball. Chopper over 3rd, way back in the grass. No play whatsoever. One bounce to Ibar. And Pollock will easily beat it out. Couldn't have thrown it out there any better. You know what I mean? Lead single. There goes that no-hitter. Lead man aboard for David Peralta.
Right fielder, number 6, David Peralta.
Jess, would you ask them to turn up the volume on the public address announcer?
I'll walk down there right now.
He's really not loud enough. I think they have it set for like a crowd of 30,000, and there's like 15,000, and it's almost like Dodger Stadium. Noise pollution, boom, boom, boom. I'm prejudiced, though. Pitches for Peralta inside. I'm prejudiced because I hate him. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Boys and girls, never say that to boys and girls. Never use the word hate. My mom always taught me that. Obviously, I didn't learn very well. I just don't like that style. You know what I mean? Like a Carney Barker type of style on public address. Cahill with that glove right by the chin. And a 1-0 pitch is just outside. Just missed. On a fastball, 2-0. Peralta, good and underrated player. They lost him for a big part of last year. Lost Pollock for almost all of last year. They were sunk when that happened. Then the injuries, of course, to Shelby Miller and the subpar year by Greinke, and they were done and done. There's a really good column in the USA today about that very thing. Cahill with a move to first. Cursory. Scoreless. Delivering. Outside on the slider. 3-0. Because they had the bad year, and even though they knew about the injuries, quite frankly, somebody's always got to get blamed. Corporate, I don't know what, 101. And so they fire the general manager, former Padre pitching coach Dave Stewart. Runner on the move, got a pretty good jump, fastball high and outside. What a throw on the bag, but not in time. He stole that on Cahill. Austin did a heck of a job. It didn't matter. It's a moot point anyway. That was ball 4. Throw down went down, but that was, however, belatedly called by the AAA fill-in umpire, ball 4. Here's Goldschmidt. And I thought Dave Stewart was kind of interesting. I love Dave. I really do. Love Stu. But he told the reporter from USA Today that I'm not bitter. We had all those injuries, and they fired me. I'm not bitter, but I'll tell you this. If I knew it was going to be like that when I got there, I would never have taken the job in the first place. Ouch. Fastball fouled away. Third base side. But I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. And his assistant GM was fired. And Tony La Russa, president of baseball operations, was, I guess, I don't know if demoted is the word or not. I haven't talked to Tony about it. He's still a consultant, so. And if they don't listen to Tony, they're really foolish. One of the most brilliant baseball minds I've ever been around. Goldschmidt only a 4 for 4 yesterday. With another first inning home run, a swing and a miss. See if they can get through this first inning here without allowing. They've had a home run in the first inning in 5 consecutive games, a franchise record. Goldschmidt done it twice. He did it Sunday against the Dodgers. He's the one that did it yesterday on a towering drive against Clayton Richard just inside that left field foul pole. Cahill on the 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Great block, of course, by Hedges. We're already spoiled. We expect you to block everything. And Austin normally does. 1-2. Left-handed batter Jake Lamb is on deck. Blue tops yesterday, gray on gray for the boys today. Home whites again, 3 straight days for Arizona. And Trevor steps off, looks the runner back at second. That's Pollock. Peralta's at first by an infield single and walk. Goldschmidt, 4-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glover. That boy can play. 1-2 on the way. Another slider and up the middle. Backhand off the glove of Solarte into center field. Might have been caught, could have been caught, was not caught. It'll produce another first inning run, albeit not a home run for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We'll see how they ruled it. A couple of hopper or backhand as he went toward the bag. He might have been thinking double play. It's the old, try to get 2 before you get 1 routine. On the cliche, it skipped off the mound. I thought it was a pretty tricky hop. I'd call it a base hit myself, and they do. That was a tough hop for Solarte. He makes the play. He's got 2, but he does not. Pollock comes on to score. Here's Lamb. Oh for 4 in game 1. Sat yesterday against the left-hander, Mr. Richard. Trevor, fastball, strike call. The more you see at Trevor Cahill, the more you like. As I said, from Oakland to the Diamondbacks to Atlanta, the Cubs. Relieving for the Cubs, parts of the last 2 seasons, as you know. 50 appearances for the eventual world champions last year. Did I just say that? Chicago Cubs, eventual world champions? Really? 0-1. Now to first base, Myers. Tough hop. He got it. In between hop goes to second for 1. They'll throw down to third, thinking he's going to round the bag, and Peralta is right on the bag. Did not make the round turn. Decent idea, though, to try to catch him. They're not going to get Lamb to first base. So he reached there on the fielder's choice. They erase Goldschmidt.
Number 24, Yasmani. No.
for the first out here in this bottom of the first. So now the Diamondbacks at the corners with one away. Forson Schmidt goes 3-6. Big fellow man, Yasmani Tomas. 260 pounds, Cuban defector. 4 for 7 in the series. First pitch, ground ball, shortstop, should be 2. Ibar Solarte, back to Myers. That's a double play. 6-4-3, my Padres. Might have had it the other time, did not. Tough chop, tough hop, they couldn't get it. This time they had a true hop there. Perfect room service type. 6-4-3. Cheap enough at 1 run. On a couple of hits, 1 man left at third base after 1 inning of game 3. Uncle Teddy and Jesse with you. 1-0 Diamondbacks. FM 94.9. Padres Radio Network. For years, people have asked me about the UFCW Local 135 because I speak for them. I believe in them. They are the United Food and Commercial Workers. Well, let me tell you what they're all about. They're a union that creates opportunity and fairness. That's what I care about. Their membership earns a
Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
San Diego's alternative is always alive and commercial-free when the San Diego Padres take the air. So when Will Myers cracks a double into the gap.
Myers rounding
with the FM.
This is Will Myers of the San Diego.
Top of the second here, 1-0 Arizona. For Yanniver Solarte against the right-hander Zach Godley. Fastball, strike called. Diamondbacks a half game behind Colorado for first place. I know it's early. Real early in Major League Baseball. 162 games. Paul Lee's breaking ball in the dirt. That's where they came up with cliche number 5, that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it really is, unlike any other sport. Nobody plays that often. Football once a week, basketball a couple of 3 times a week, depending, college versus the NBA. 1-1, swing and a miss. Pull a string right there on a breaking ball. 1-2. Solarte, back-to-back 3-hit days. 6 for 9 in the series. Most hits in a 3-game span. Well, he needs 5 more to tie for the all-timer. That'd be 11. Adrian Gonzalez has done that. Anthony Keith Gwynn, of course, did that. Kevin Kuz did that. Fouled away, first base, 1-2. Saw Kuz in an Aztec basketball game at Fort Collins when they played Colorado State. Walking outside, guy says, "Do I know you?" My heart always clenches when I hear that. Never know if the guy likes you or not. The 1-2 is fouled away, first base. And it was Kuz, who lives in the Denver area. Had a decent career, could have been so much better. That bad back wasn't seizing up on him and biting him all the time. He's had a couple of surgeries. Kuz says hi to all the Padre fans out there. Hunter Renfroe on deck. Slow, long look in here by Godley on the 1-2 outside. Clearly that would take a 5-hit game to get that 3 games, 11-hit thing. And, well, could happen. Solarte's never done that. 2-2 hits a bomb deep center field. Way back, Pollock. That ball's going to be off the base of the wall at the 407 side. Dead center. This guy is just absolutely locked in. Good luck, Diamondbacks, pitching to Solarte now, because this is the best we've seen him all year long. First hit. There goes that no-hitter, and Solarte. First man aboard, lead double, second inning.
And that second inning is brought to you by Wingley Farms. Take a second look at the chicken you serve your family. Find delicious Wingley poultry at Sidley Foods Wholesale. No membership needed.
Hunter Renfroe, number 10 of the San Diego Padres. One hit in each of the series so far, each of the series games. Here with Arizona, doubled in his last at-bat yesterday. We'll see about his first one here today, but he calls time. playing in New York, playing in Boston, playing in Philadelphia, where they got rained out, all of them yesterday. Ground ball right to the shortstop. Big hop. That'll freeze the runner at second base. And Owens across to Goldschmidt, one away. Unable to move the runner in first opportunity. Next opportunity, Austin Hedges.
Catcher, number 18, Austin Hedges.
As mentioned in the El Paso win yesterday, the AAA club, the A club. By the way, that Elsinore club was listed in Major League Baseball's had a little feature story on the most loaded teams in the minors, and they were there, listed. Elsinore. They shut out Visalia. Visalia, in fact, is the A club of these Diamondbacks. So they're playing Visalia. They're playing the Reno club at AAA in El Paso. Fastball, Godley is outside to Hedges, ball one. Used to own the former president, as I recall, of the Visalia club was Tom Seidler. Now the Padres vice president of public relations and community affairs. He ran Visalia for years. Pitch outside. That's way outside. 2-0. They, of course, are part of the O'Malley family. And nobody handed those guys, a big executive office when their uncle Peter O'Malley owned the Dodgers, and the Dodger family was running it there. Those kids did everything known to them. You sweep up, you do this, you work everything, every part of the ballpark, learn every facet of the business. That's what Tom and Peter had to do. They were not suddenly vice presidents in the organization. Pitches up and in for ball 3-0. Walter O'Malley, of course, owned the Dodgers, took them to Los Angeles. Then his son Peter was running it. And running it about as well as you can run a franchise in any sport. Anywhere, anytime. Austin Hedges taking on the 3-0 inside, ball 4. First and second, one away.
Shortstop,
Eric Ibar against Zach Godley.
Would love to see the Padres kind of hop on Godley early on here. First major league opportunity of 2017. Kind of on the outside looking in spring training. Probably a little bit nervous out there. Take advantage.
He's a University of Tennessee volunteer of his collegiate days. Transferring from Spartanburg Methodist College first. Then in Knoxville, fouled out of play up the second deck on the third base side. First pitch fastball, Ibar hacking after a walk, but hacking away. Ibar has never faced Zach Godley. Few Padres have, but nobody more than like 4 at-bats ever. Will Myers, by the way, was 4 for 4 with a triple before he struck out in the first. That's the best against him in the very, very limited sample of guys who've seen this guy. The South Carolinian. 1-0 Arizona, second inning. Pitch on the way high outside, 1-1. Godley, as mentioned, with Shelby Miller going on the DL, activated, actually taking the place of Taijuan Walker, who was supposed to go today. They pushed him back. He goes tomorrow. Give a couple of guys an extra day rest. He delivers again. Lots of fastball. 94 is best so far, but it's way outside again. Not yet commanding the fastball. 2-1. Boys will pack up before tomorrow's game. Then fly on to San Francisco International afterwards. Get there in the wee hours. Runners off first and second, tying go-ahead runs. There's that fastball again, way outside. That'll take Mathis out there just for, if nothing else, just to interrupt the lack of rhythm as opposed to the rhythm he wants to get. He's behind after the 4-pitch walk to Hedges at 3-1.
He had such a nice quick first inning, needed just 11 pitches. He's already up to 27 now with 1 out in the second. And 15 strikes, 12 balls. He is wild and not effectively.
Last year for the Diamondbacks, 27 ball games. 9 of those were starts. Astronomical ERA of 6.39. But here, the double by Solarte, he's now at second after the walk to Hedges. After that, and a 3-1 fastball, a foot high. Ball 4. Boy, Colonel Coleman right now, man. I can hear him. Golden opportunity for the Padres. Yep, Jerry, it is. The bases are loaded. You got the 8 spot. The key here is Jabari Blash because the pitcher spot's after that. Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, is on his way after he had the first visit with his catcher, Jeff Mathis, getting his second one of the year. Start, that is. Second of the series, by the way, not the year. Pretty long conversation. They're going to go break that up. While they do, we'll pause 10 seconds from Phoenix, Arizona, for station identification on the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
KPCT San Diego. This is our city. This is our team. Padres baseball on FM 94.9. And all your favorite songs on the FM 94.9 app, commercial free during the game.
Phoenix, Arizona, road trip number 3 of the season. Ted Leitner and Jesse Agler with you. Big ol' howdy to you. Got the one more, as we mentioned there, then the 3-game weekend series against San Francisco. Friday, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon before they come on back. Come on home. 1-0 Arizona. Bases loaded, only one away here in the second inning. Jabari Blash, his first AB ever against Zach Godley. Another fastball way outside, ball 1. You got to figure he'd be taken. I have seen young players, though, swing at the first pitch after 2 straight walks with a pitcher kind of flailing all over the place. But Jabari was taking it all away. Delivers another one. There's a strike. Had only had 1 strike to the previous 2 batters on the walks to Hedges and Ibar to load them up. Jabari had that towering home run yesterday. StatCast says it's the highest launch angle of any home run in Major League Baseball this year, and I believe it. A comebacker right to the box. Throw home. They go to first. It hits Jabari. Safe at first. Coming down the line, Hedges about a halfway and then back to third base. And called him out at first. We're going out of the line. He turned towards second. Ouch. Ouch. Padres with an opportunity to tie the ball game on a comebacker. And when he got the ball, Godley before home plate just made a really, really soft throw to home plate. And I thought they had a chance there to stay away from the double play. But it is, in fact, a double play. And the inning, in fact, is over. The run does not score. Wow, that hurt. And Andy Green comes out. He gets an explanation. He is perfectly fine with that. No runs, 1 hit. Padres left a pair after inning and a half. 1-0 Arizona. FM 94.9. Padres Radio Network.
Hi, this is Tony Gwynn Jr., and I'm here to tell you about my favorite casino, Valley View Casino and Hotel. My wife and I spent
again. Hey, Padre fans, Rich Herrera here reminding you to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Padres Radio. Not sure it's going to get you more friends, but it'll let you know when the Padres games are about to start.
This is Travis Jankowski.
Second baseman, number 27.
Bottom of the second here in Phoenix, Arizona. Be at the Padre game against the Dodgers on Saturday, May 6th, and the 5:40 start there on the May 6th game. So a free reusable bag thanks to MLB Network. After the game for post-game fireworks presented by T-Mobile. Tickets available at Padres.com. May 6th, Dodgers. Brandon Drury takes outside for Trevor Cahill for ball 1 in the bottom of the second. 1-0 Diamondbacks. Cahill's pitch is outside, 2-0. So looking at the replay, there's no question that Jabari Blash was inside the 40-foot runner's lane there, almost on the grass, for heaven's sakes, to the left of the line. And the ball hit him in the back. Being out of the line, he's out. It's a double play. 1, 2, 3. And that's the top of this to second. Still down a run. Six, 7, 8, Niners, Arizona. Cahill delivers way outside, ball 4. Having trouble with the fastball as Godley was doing a half inning ago. His second walk after the back-to-back walks in the top half. Now the Diamondback right-handed. Here's Chris Owings. Owings, a grand slam in game one. 4 hits in the series to counting here. And 7 runs batted in. Taking him up to 16 for the year. Throw to first, not close.
And he's batting 7th. Tells you a little something about this Diamondback lineup right now.
Oh, it's a dandy. Packed with good hitters. Not great power, except for Goldschmidt. But good contact hitters, gap hitters. And a perfect ballpark for it. That's all. He's taken all the way, takes a strike. Owings, right-handed batter. Checking out the signs at third base there. There's Chica. Third base coach Dave McKay at first. For rookie manager Torey Lovullo. Ex of the Boston Red Sox organization. There's that slow curve. It's a good one. Had him backing away and broke over for a strike. Nice break. Nice hook, Trevor. 0-2. Diamondback start 14-8. Half a game behind the Rockies at 14-7. Cahill delivers. I thought he went. They appealed. He went. Tried to check on the curveball, not the slider outside. He went for it. He struck out. So after the second walk allowed by Trevor, his first strikeout right here, out number 1. And here's the number 8 hitter, the catcher, Jeff Mathis. Pirates hanging on to a 1-game lead. I still wouldn't bet on them over the Cubs. 6-5 in the top of the 8th in Pittsburgh. First pitch swinging, slow ground ball foul. Third base side. This is one of the recent baseball books I have not read, but I love the author, George Will. Lifetime Cub fan, much suffering, as George has made clear through his life. And a book called Nice Little Place on the North Side of Chicago. That's the title of it. And a story not so much about the Cubs, but about Wrigley Field. Now the throw to first. Low and a backhand pick by Myers, and not close. There was a time that George Will was on the board of directors of the Padres in a previous ownership many years ago. Always came out and had his annual vacation in La Jolla. You got Mathis in the pitcher spot. You got a slider strike called. No balls, 2 strikes. Trevor couldn't have been much better in the last start. One of the best of the year, and several Padres have contended for that in terms of their start. Against Miami, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. Delivering. Check swing. They appeal. You went. You're gone. Strike 3, 2 gone. Got the 8-hitter. Key right here to go after Godley in the 9 spot.
Pitcher number 52, Zach Godley.
Zachary Thomas Godley. Mentioned. Fastball, strike called. As Trevor goes Diamondbacks, Braves, Cubs. This guy was drafted by the Cubs, Godley, and then traded to Arizona. Taking another fastball, another strike called. 0-2. Lead walk to Drury. He's the runner at first base. There's the curveball after the slider. Swing, and I mean a bad swing, and strike 3. 3 consecutive striking out there after the lead walk to Drury. Great bearing down there by veteran Trevor Cahill. They get nothing. They leave a man after 2, 1-0. The Diamondbacks in Game 3. FM 94.9, Padres Radio Network.
Shop GTM stores in Lemon Grove, Santee, and Otay Mesa, and discover bargains on thousands of brand name home, office, and personal items at savings of up to 70% below other retailers.
Get a glass or bottle at WAWineSD.com.
The San Diego Padres play on FM 94.9.
That in on him and a base hit to left field. Cordoba, first base.
This is Ryan Shin.
Padre baseball, road trip number 3 in Phoenix, Arizona, having seen the Diamondbacks once already, of course, on the last homestand, winning that series, needing to rally to win today and tomorrow to get a split of this 4-game series. They'd be really, really satisfied with that, especially how it's started out. 9 spot, Cahill, 1-0 Diamondbacks in the third. Here's Jess.
All right, Ted, thanks a lot. We'll give this a try. First pitch to Trevor Cahill is a fastball strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
My partner is playing hurt.
I feel absolutely fine. Except when I'm talking. Yeah, exactly.
It's a bad deal.
The desert air.
Occupational hazard.
Big time. Pitch outside to Cahill. 1 ball, 1 strike. So apologies to everybody if it's really tough to hear or listen to. Hoping some of that sea air in San Francisco loosens it all back up. 1-1. And Cahill a big swing and a ground ball to second base. Drury waits for it right on the edge of the infield dirt. He's got it. Throws Cahill out. And a ground ball to second base for the Padre pitcher. 1 down in the top of the third. Padres baseball is brought to you by Eco Water, the official water filtration system of the Padres radio network. Leadoff man Manuel Margot, he grounded to second base his first time. 1 for 5 in each of the first 2 games here in this series. He drove in a run on Monday night. Went 6 for 12 in the Marlins series over the weekend. Swinging a nice bat right now. And has pretty much all season long. First pitch, fastball outside. Nice little 5-game hitting streak. And earlier this year, Margot already had a 7-game hitting streak. And when you consider it's just game 23 tonight, that's impressive. Swings and misses here. Curveball from Godley. Ball and a strike to Margot. 1 out, base is empty. Top half of the third. Diamondbacks on top, 1-0. So really good stuff at the plate for Margot, and then, of course, that tremendous defensive play last night. Here's a ground ball. Other way, that's a base hit. There you go. 6-game hitting streak for Margot. An opposite field single with 1 out here in the top of the third.
He's got a 6 now. Solarte went to 7 with his double. Renfro's got a 5. Myers got a 4. I mean, they have had 10 hits in the last 2 games. I'm sure that's part of it. But got to win more games.
You're sort of waiting for the bats to be alive at the same time as you get a good start from your pitcher. It's happened a couple of times this year, but a lot of nights it seems when you get that really good starting pitching performance, but the bats are sort of held in check by another good starting pitching performance. Or when they score some runs, as they did 2 nights ago, starting pitcher struggles. It's going to happen. It'll sync up at some point. Already has a few times this year. Spangenberg with Margot on first, not running. Corey bunts back towards the mound. It'll be handled by the catcher Mathis. A bobble, he won't have a play. With Spangenberg's speed, you only got 1 shot. Mathis could not pick it up cleanly with the bare hand. And Corey's got himself a bunt single, and the Padres are in business with runners on first and second and 1 away for Myers.
First baseman, Will Myers.
Oh, they gave him an error?
Tough call.
So they'll give him a sacrifice and an error, allowing him to reach. Boy, with his speed, that was not a routine play for the catcher Mathis, but either way.
You could tell he was rushing because you knew exactly who wanted it. He knew the speed of Spangenberg. They brought him up in their meetings too, you know.
So great speed on the bases now, Spangenberg and Margot. 1 out for Myers. First pitch swinging, and a foul ball right side out of play. Padres had the bases loaded, 1 out in the second. Jabari Blast grounded into a 1-2-3 double play. Here in the third inning, first and second, 1 out for Will Myers, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Will was part of the one of the more fun moments last night for the Padres. He had that hustle double that set up a run in the third inning. Continuing to set a great example for some of these younger guys. A 1 pitch down by his feet. Nice sliding stop by Mathis. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Will has reached base now in 16 straight games. He's got a hit, as Ted told you earlier, in 15 of his last 16. He's got a hit in 19 of the 22 games that he has played in this year.
Other than that, a slow start, huh? Yeah.
Hitting .333 at this moment. 5 homers, 14 RBIs, 6 doubles, and a major league leading 30 hits. That's it. Here's a ground ball foul just past the Diamondback dugout on the third base side, 1-2.
And I know people are aware how many times guys have signed big contracts and struggled, because so many times they were pressing, and they've even admitted years later or the same year, I was trying to justify the contract. I was trying to do too much. This guy's so loose and easygoing, and just it doesn't affect him that way.
All-Star a year ago, had a slower second half. He's talked a lot about wanting to put together a full season this year. Behind in the count, though, 1-2. Here's a pitch from Godley, and a fly ball down the right field line. He's taking aim for the foul pole. This one is slicing away, and it's foul. Just in that first section to the right of the foul pole down the right field line. Myers just a little bit out in front. Count stays, ball and 2 strikes.
I think the most famous one in baseball history was the late Lyman Bostock, who signed that big at the time, contract free agent with the Angels, and was hitting so badly he went public and said, I want to give back my salary this month. I don't want to take my money from Mr. Autry when Gene Autry owned the Angels. I've just been pathetic. I'm pressing. I can't do it. I should not be paid. I've never heard that in baseball history.
1-2, swung on and missed. Curveball in the dirt. Myers cannot connect. He struck out twice. That's 3 for Godley, and that's now 2 outs for Solarte, who's swinging as hot a bat as anybody in the Padre lineup.
Second baseman.
Godley last year was fastball. Sometimes the cutter, sometimes the 2-seamer, but he threw a ton of fastballs. They've asked him now to work in more breaking pitches, and a good job there against Myers doing just that. Like Teddy just told you, 7-game hitting streak now for Solarte after the lead double in the second. He bats here with Spangenberg and Margot at first and second. 2 outs. Padres trailing by a run here in the third. First pitch low outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Solarte now 7 for 10 in the series. During the hitting streak, an even .500 average. He's hitting .300. When the hitting streak began, he was hitting .224. And obviously, in the first month of the season, stuff like that can happen, but it does give you a pretty good sense of how hot he has been. Trailing by a run here, big opportunity to do some damage. Great speed with 2 outs. They'll be both going on contact. Solarte waiting in the left-handed batter's box, and the 1-0 pitch is again low outside. 2-0 from Godley. Godley against the Padres in his career as both a reliever and a starter has thrown 12 innings coming into tonight. And in those 12 innings, he's allowed 10 earned runs. It's an ERA of 7.5. And a couple of good opportunities here early on against him. Now the 2-0. And Solarte lifts it in the air straight away center field. Pollock is going back. He is racing back. He is at the track, and he'll make the catch. Just to the left of straightaway center field. Solarte gave it a ride, but the Padres cannot cash in. No runs, a hit, an error, and 2 men left. We'll go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Arizona. This is the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
Hi, this is Tony Gwynn Jr., and I'm here to tell you about my favorite casino, Valley View Casino and Hotel. Valley View Casino is home to San Diego's only certified loose slot.
Toyota Carlsbad needs used cars and is looking to buy cars now.
What's up, San Diego?
Center fielder, A.J. Pollock.
Bottom half, inning number 3, and the Diamondbacks a 1-0 lead on Trevor Cahill and the Padres. 29-year-old former Diamondback out on the mound, starting here for the first time since they traded him away. Picked up his first win in a Padre uniform last time out. That was Friday night against Miami. Retired 15 in a row at one point. Gave up a run in the first inning here, but a nice bounce back in the second, and now the top of the order in the third. And Pollock takes first pitch fastball, outer half, 0-1. Issued a 4-pitch walk to Drury to open up the second inning, but then Cahill struck out Owings, Mathis, and Godley to strand him at first base. The 0-1, and Pollock a big swing, ground ball, hard hit through the left side for a base hit. He's 2 for 2. Thought for a moment Ibar might have a shot at it, but it was well positioned between he and Spangenberg and hit just too hard by A.J. Pollock. So he continues to swing it nicely. Pollock 2 for 4 last night after an 0 for in game 1 of the series. And now 2 hits and 2 at-bats here tonight, so the leadoff hitter aboard for David Peralta. Peralta walked his first time up. I was a little bit surprised he was not in the lineup last night. I know that they're trying to rest guys and kind of meter everybody's efforts here early on. But he is swinging as hot a bat as maybe anyone in baseball. Even with a lefty-lefty thing last night. Throw to first and Pollock back easily.
Yeah, you go 3 for 4 and then they put you down. I'm with you. A left-hander, I don't care. A guy like that can hit anybody, lefty or right-handed. And it goes away so fast sometimes in this game that if you're hot, stay with him. Yeah. Ride that horse.
Yeah, I thought exactly. First pitch to him here is a big swing and a tapper foul at the plate. Last 7 games, week's worth of games. I mean, he's 17 for 31. That's like a .550 average in the last week. I'm with you. I'm not taking him out of the lineup.
No way.
But they did yesterday. They won the game.
They got away with that. They let rested Goldschmidt and won game 1. They're hot, man. When you're hot, everything's coming up just right.
Left-handed batter. Pollock leads off first. They check on him again. Peralta at least 2 hits in 4 straight games. Has the batting average up to .329, 3 homers, 5 doubles. More hits than anybody else on the Diamondback team. Cahill a long pause and another throw to first. No tag this time from Myers. You can tell the Padres have made a concerted effort amongst their pitchers in this series to pay close attention to the Diamondback base runners. Arizona's got several guys who will run. Pollock's got 6 steals. Peralta's got 3. Goldschmidt's got 4. Owings has 5. Not running, and the 0-1 pitch is just a little bit low outside. Fastball from Cahill, 1-1. All 3 strikeouts last inning that Trevor got came on curveballs. Swings and misses. A couple check swings. And now dealing with the heart of a very good batting order. Throw to first again, and Myers this time with a tag, but Pollock got back safely. Timeout called over at first base. I think Pollock's got some dirt in the pants, so he'll adjust. He did not go full Steve Lyons. He kept his pants on. But he's getting the dirt out, fixing the belt. Now he's ready, and Peralta will stand back into the left-handed batter's box. In the outfield, Padres play him to go the other way. On the infield, they play him to pull. Hedges sets up outside, and a big swing and a foul tip into his mitt. Looked like the changeup from Trevor. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Peralta. 1-0 Diamondbacks here in the bottom of the 3rd. Arizona 9-3 win last night. That wild 7-6 victory on Monday night. Cahill comes set. Another throw to first. And Myers, a good job handling that low throw. Cahill gets a new baseball. Do you recall a point this season where they paid this much attention to base runners?
Not once. And I was just thinking on another throw over that you can't overdo it, and take your focus off the guy at the plate, which is much, much more important.
Pollock has not attempted to go. They throw over again.
Excess, no question. Overkill. He knows that he knows that that he's there. And statistics sometimes will show you do take a half a step away. Others will argue that you really don't in making multiple throws over there based on the subsequent success rate of stealing second after all those throws.
Pollock again stretches out the lead. Peralta waiting for the 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. It's high. Hedges acted as if he was going to snap throw to first. Ended up not. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With all the pace of play talk, that's been an idea some people have floated, sort of limiting the number of pickoff throws you can make in a given at-bat. Talking about it with Tony Gwynn Jr. last week when he and I worked together. And, you talk about a chess match. If they know you only got 1 throw left, or if you've used all your throws, That could really change things. There he goes on 2-2. Pitch is inside. Hedges does not make a throw. And Pollock steals his 7th base of the season.
After all that huge jump, Austin had no chance.
Pollock stole 2 last night. He took 3rd base in the 4th, 2nd base in the 6th. And he takes 2nd here in the 3rd tonight. Pitch was close, but a ball, and now 3-2 to Peralta. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Peralta. Peralta is outside, and he walks for the 2nd time tonight. Now runners on 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Peralta heads to 1st, and I'm not surprised by this at all. Darren Balsley is going to come out and visit with Trevor Cahill. Peralta, by the way, got all sorts of connections to the Padres. I mean, he grew up with Yangervis Solarte. They were boyhood friends. They played baseball together growing up. And he's got an amazing story. You may have heard it by now, but he came up originally as a pitcher in the Cardinal organization, kind of washed out, played independent ball, was out of baseball as recently as 2012, and then came back with the Diamondbacks as a position player. And when he finally got the call up to the major leagues, he was in Double-A. And when his manager told him, he cried. He was so happy, and that manager was Andy Green. Andy's talked about it. He said it was one of the best moments of his life, being able to tell David Peralta, hey, you're going to the big leagues. Now he's out there trying to get him out. 1st and 2nd, nobody out for Goldschmidt. Bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 Diamondbacks. And a first pitch fastball, called strike, outer half, 0-1. Goldschmidt an RBI single. His first time up, that was in the 1st inning, and as of now, that's the only run of this game. Pickoff play to 2nd, and Solarte's tagged way late as he comes over from 2nd. Pollock and Peralta, both good speed on the bases. Nobody out. Padres a good speed in the top of the inning on 1st and 2nd with 1 away. Margot and Spangenberg, but Myers struck out and Solarte flew to deep center. Here's the 0-1, and that one just misses, I think, high. Ball and a strike to Goldschmidt. Trevor Cahill playing with fire here in the bottom of the 3rd. Runners lead off 1st and 2nd, and this pitch is in the dirt, skips away from Hedges. Both runners will advance. Wild pitch moves Pollock to 3rd, Peralta to 2nd. 2 balls and a strike to Goldschmidt. You got Jake Lamb waiting on deck. Breaking ball, he just yanked it. Not even close, about 3 feet outside. No shot for Hedges. Goldschmidt 5 for 5 in the series. Waiting for the 2-1, and Cahill delivers, and it's a ground ball foul at 3rd. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Goldschmidt.
Pirates did hold on. I was wrong. My gosh, the first time ever. Pirates beat the Cubs 6-5. John Lester is the starter and loser, so that night we were talking about that big series with the Cubs going into Fenway this weekend. But Lester starting today will not be in that series, that weekend series.
One storyline ruined. 2-2 to Goldschmidt. Reaches for it, fouls it back to the screen. Kind of up the first base line a little bit. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. And kind of like this, Trevor Cahill's going right at Goldschmidt, even with first base open. He doesn't want any more base runners out there. Goldschmidt can certainly draw a walk. Tied for the major league lead coming into today with Sano and Bryce Harper. Ryan Schimpf right on their heels, although we haven't seen him in a few days. Here comes the 2-2, and Goldschmidt takes low.
Sano got suspended. He threw a punch. Remember that when they threw that pitch behind him in that game the other day, Detroit and Minnesota. And then during the pushing and the shoving, the both benches empty and the bullpen's running out, he punched the opposing catcher.
That'll do it.
Got him in the chest protectors, not exactly where you want to really go for to make it effective, but by the same token, that cost him a game.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Goldschmidt. Pollock and Peralta lead off of third and second. Now the payoff pitch and a ground ball foul at the plate. We've had a couple little mini brouhahas so far this year in baseball. Early season testiness.
Yeah, Manny Machado's been involved in some of that stuff before. There might be some fire there along with the smoke, you know what I mean?
Well, the slide with Pedroia was not the best moment he's ever had. And he kind of got the sense the Red Sox would do something. They just waited a few days. And
that was Pedroia's problem.
Yeah.
With his pitching staff. Why'd you wait?
3-2, grounded up the middle, off Cahill, deflects towards foul territory. Nothing's going to happen. It's an infield single and an RBI for Goldschmidt. It is 2-0 Diamondbacks. I think he got Trevor in the foot or the ankle and then just sort of rolled towards the third base line. Looks like Cahill's okay. A little bit of tough luck there. But both runs now driven in by Paul Goldschmidt. And that wild pitch probably costs him a run, at least at this point. And now Cahill is going to be visited by head athletic trainer Paul Navarro and Andy Green. Runners on the corner, still nobody out.
All the preliminary nods are, I'm good, I'm fine. They tell Austin to go back behind the plate, take one. Warm up as it were. It appeared to have hurt him, or at least he didn't, act like it.
So in one pitch, digs back in. He's going to throw another here. He doesn't look like he's being bothered at all. Give a little thumbs up, little nod. Everybody back to their places. Cahill's okay. That's the good news. The bad news is the Diamondbacks have added to the lead. Now 2-0. Still nobody out. And Jake Lamb, who's their leading RBI guy, is going to come to the plate here with runners on the corners. Lamb did not play last night. He was one of those 2 lefties to get the night off against Clayton Richard. Monday, Padres put him down 0 for 4. That ended a 7-game hitting streak. He'd also reached in 18 straight. That ended. So nice job on Monday night against Lamb. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Runners lead off first and third, and Cahill's first pitch is hit in the air, right field shallow. Renfroe was playing the other way. Long run coming on, not going to get there. Falls down in front of him. Peralta comes in to score. Goldschmidt to second. 3-0 Diamondbacks. And the 2 run-scoring hits in this inning, a ground ball off the pitcher, and just a little floater out into shallow right. Renfroe was playing deep. He was playing more towards the gap. That one was hit shallow and more towards the line. No chance.
Yeah, I wonder because I was watching the flight of the ball, and I didn't see Hunter's first step. But looking at the replay, he had no hesitation. He was with it all the way with a good first step. Read it nicely off the bat, just as you said, too far back on the defensive alignment. Bleeders and bloops, man.
Drive you crazy as a pitcher. 3-0 Diamondbacks. First and second, still nobody out. Single walk, single. Here in the third, and now Yasmani Tomas, who grounded into a double play his first time, is up. How about a triple play? Takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Cahill staring into Hedges. Has his sign. Here comes the 1-0 with both runners going. It's outside. Hedges will not make a throw. He looked to third, but Goldschmidt was already close by. Double steal pulled off by the Snakes. 5th of the year for Goldschmidt, 2nd for Lamb. There goes any hope of a ground ball double or triple play. And now a 2 ball, no strike count to Tomas with first base open and Brandon Drury on deck. In case you're wondering, by the way, last time the Padres turned a triple play was 2010. Ruben Tejada of the Mets. Infield comes mostly in. 2-0 pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. 2-1 to Tomas. Last night, 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, a walk, and a sac fly. And he was the one that hit the ball that Margot made that great catch on in the second inning. Tomas, like Drury, who's on deck, big-time home and road splits this year. These guys love hitting here. Here comes the 2-1, and it's taken a little bit low. Tomas coming into this game a .389 average at Chase Field this season, just .242 on the road. And the Diamondbacks as a team, they're just playing really, really well here right now. Off to a great home start, 10-2 at Chase Field. 3-1 pitch is grounded foul at third base. Now full count to Tomas. 3-0 Diamondbacks, nobody out in the bottom of the third. Runners on second and third for the left fielder, Tomas. See, Arizona 10-2 at home this year. Last season, they did not win their 10th home game until June 7th. It is April 26th. Playing good baseball. Like Teddy told you, half game in back of Colorado for first place in the West coming into this one. 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Big slow curveball that was way inside. And I don't know what Tomas was thinking. But he was way late on a 79-mile-per-hour curve. He looked silly up there. And that is a much-needed out number one here in the third.
There's only a foot inside. Not your most disciplined hitter of all time. Great power and all that. Not exactly your contact hitter, Yasmani Tomas.
So finally one out. Runners on second and third for Drury. Infield stays in for the Padres. And Cahill's first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner with that curveball. 0-1.
They showed that replay when he tried to make the leap. Didn't have great hop on the home run there by Blash yesterday. Then when he got in the dugout, the guys were indicating with their thumb and their forefinger how far. And I thought, are they indicating how far over the glove it was or how much he actually got off the ground?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
One fastball is high, one ball, one strike.
Actually slip a piece of paper between his feet and the dirt when he made that leap up there. And the ball went over the glove.
Yeah, they tried him out at third base when he got here. We saw him some in right field. Kind of found a home and left, but he's not going to be a guy known for his defense. Or, as we just saw, his plate discipline. 1-1 pitch is inside. 2 balls and a strike from Cahill to Drury. 4 strikeouts for Cahill. All have been swinging. All have come on the curve.
Trevor working, man. 26 pitches this inning after 13 only, which is good in the first 2 innings.
Goldschmidt and Lamb lead, and this pitch is just outside. Cahill is not super sharp, but he is also not getting any help from the plate umpire, Tom Woodring.
These young guys, I'm telling you, man. A lot of veterans like Trevor Cahill get that call on the previous pitch. That was a good pitch. Outside corner. Nope.
Here's the 3-1, and a swing and a miss. Got that fastball past him. Had him reaching for it a little bit. Count is full, 3-2 on Drury, who walked his first time. Padres did make a pair of roster moves today. Kevin Quackenbush goes back to El Paso, if you can believe that, as they claimed Kirby Yates off waivers from the Angels. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and he reaches for it and fouls it back. And I bring that up now because with Cahill running the pitch count up over 50 now in the third inning, Yates might be the freshest arm out there for the Padres. He's only thrown 1 inning this year for Anaheim. And that was part of making that move, was that they've had to use these guys so much that the bullpen depth was really being tested. So they found a fresh arm as they were going to plug him right in. Here comes another 3-2 pitch, and Drury checks his swing on a pitch outside. He has walked for the second time tonight. And the Diamondbacks, who have been so good with the bases loaded so far early this season, have the sacks full again here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. And the number 7 hitter, Chris Owings, coming up.
It's kind of heartening because when Andy met with the media today in the dugout, one of the questions, several were about Kirby Yates. And one of the reporters for MLB.com said, you know, Andy, I've seen Yates with the Angels quite a bit, and he's really a pretty darn good pitcher. So that's lovely to hear. Beats the alternative.
That's it. Owings struck out his first time. Bases loaded, 1 out. And first pitch curveball, a strike on the inside corner. 2 for 4 last night, 2-run triple, RBI single, 2 runs scored. Triples nothing new for him. 11 last year, was tied for the major league lead. 0-1 is hit hard but foul. A line drive over the third base coach, Tony Perez Chica, and down the line. Ricochets all the way into left field. But Cahill ahead of Owings. No balls, 2 strikes. Owings started last night in right field, Monday night at shortstop. Versatile and talented. Also appeared at second this year. Here's the 0-2 from Cahill. Swinging a ground ball slowly at third base. Spansberg backs up. He will touch third for 1 out. No throw across the diamond to try and complete the double play. And a run comes home. Goldschmidt crosses. That's the third of the inning for the Diamondbacks. And now a 4-0 Arizona lead with 2 outs. Owings, an RBI fielder's choice. Just not hit hard enough, and I think Spangenberg really got the only out he could. Kind of waited on a bigger hop, touched third base, thought about throwing to first, but no chance. So runners on first and second, 2 outs, a 3-run inning. And the number 8 hitter catcher Jeff Mathis at the plate. He has seen Cahill more than any other Diamondback by a lot. Now 4 for 16 against him after striking out. And Cahill steps off the rubber and watches Drury back to the bag at second base. First pitch is a fastball, strikeout or half. 0-1 to Mathis. 34-year-old catcher. Former Angel, Blue Jay, Marlin. Signed as a free agent in December, and he was brought in pretty much exclusively because of his pitch framing abilities to work with Zach Greinke. 0-1 pitch in the dirt, nice stop by Hedges. When the Diamondbacks went back and looked at Greinke's struggles in 2016, one of the things they sort of concluded was that he didn't get a lot of help behind the dish. And working with Yasmani Grandal the previous couple of years in L.A., he got a lot of help pitch framing-wise. Not last year. And so they said, okay, who's out there that can frame well? Mathis was near the top of that list, and they brought him in. 1-1 pitch, and it's in the air right field. This should be the inning. Renfroe over a little bit towards the gap in right center. He'll wait for it, make the catch, and the side is retired. Diamondbacks, though, sent 8 men to the plate. They score 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave runners at first and second. They take a 4-0 lead to the 4th. This is the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
Hey fans, Jesse Agler here, and I'm excited to welcome Daniels Jewelers, a family-operated business with nearly 100 stores, to the 2017 season.
FM 94.9.
Diamondbacks sent 8 to the plate in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They scored 3 more times, and they've got a 4-0 lead as we start the 4th. Renfroe, Hedges, Ibar, 5-6-7 to up against Zach Godley. Godley, the Cubs' 10th round pick out of Tennessee back in 2013, traded here before the 2015 season in that Miguel Montero deal. Got off to a nice start at the major league level and delivers a fastball, called strike to Renfroe, outside corner, 0-1. He won his first 2 major league starts back in 2015, just the second Diamondback to ever do that. Here's the 0-1, and Hunter takes a fastball low. Chase Anderson did it the year before, in case you're curious. 9 starts here at Chase Field for Godley, 5-3 record. And he looks like he's at home so far tonight. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Renfroe missing a fastball away. And the run support's got to help. Maybe out there trying to prove something. You don't feel like you have to be too fine now. With a 4-0 lead in the 4th. The 1-2 to Renfroe, reaches for one and taps it foul. Over towards the Arizona dugout on the third base side. Still 1-2. With Ted Leitner, I'm Jesse Agler. Chris Ello back in the studio tonight. Rich Herrera on assignment. And the Grand Poobah, Dave Marcus, with us here in the booth at Chase Field. 1-2 to Renfroe. And he swings and misses. Pitch was in the dirt. Oh, no, he got a piece. It's a foul ball. Stays alive. Renfroe in his first at bat tonight, grounded out to Owings at shortstop. Double and a run last night. Hit it off the big wall in straightaway center field. Godley set, and the 1-2 to Renfroe is taken just a little bit low inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Renfroe so far this year, 4 homers, 8 RBIs, both of those tops among National League rookies. 2-2 hit hard to third base, gloved nicely by Lamb. Collects the ball, throws across, 1 away. Just sounds different off his bat. He hits the ball so hard. Several guys like that in baseball, not a ton. Stanton would be one with the Marlins. We heard it all weekend. And for Renfroe, even a ground ball to third, it just sounds different coming off his bat when he makes good contact. Here's Austin Hedges, 1 out, base is empty. Got the last couple of innings off last night with the Diamondbacks ahead. And the first pitch to him is in the air down the right field line. That'll be foul and out of play. Peralta giving it a really good look. He's sprinting over, but no chance. 0-1 to Hedges. Homered here on Monday night. Had homered in 4 straight starts. Be interesting to see how much action Hedges gets this year. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And a ground ball foul at third. He's obviously so valuable from a pitcher handling standpoint, game calling, defensive skills. If he continues to hit the way he has in the last week, he'll be really valuable. And Andy Green had been asked about him before. He said maybe 120 to 135 starts, best case scenario. That's a lot of games for a catcher. 0-2 in the dirt. And that's something they'll kind of have to read and monitor as the season goes on, get a sense for how he's feeling and if he needs a day. But Hedges playing most every day these days. Here's the 2-2. And Austin swings and misses. Good curveball down and away from Godley. That's his 4th strikeout of the night. 2 down here in the top of the 4th.
San Diego Padres thank the military always and their families for their service and offer special pricing on Padre tickets, as you may know by now. But if you don't, 50% off, as in half off, Sunday Military Appreciation Day tickets and 25% off for all other games. That's all season long, you know. Padres.com/military for tickets. And again, we thank you.
Eric Ibar, 2 outs, bases empty. First pitch swinging, and a long fly ball to right field. Peralta looks back. It's out of here. Up over the bullpen and over that little seating area they've got against the right field fence here. Eric Ibar yanks one out, his 2nd home run of the season. And the Padres shortstop gets him on the board. It's 4-1 here in the 4th.
No doubter.
Trip around the diamond is sponsored by Daniels Jewelers. For every Padres home run, the Daniels Jewelry family donates $1,000 of jewelry to local children's charities like A Place Called Home for their fundraising auctions. Daniels Jewelers, making diamond dreams come true since 1948. Here's Jabari Blash. He takes a fastball strike. It was 93, 94, pretty much right down the middle from Godley, and Ibar did not miss it.
About 6 rows up. Straight away right.
Blash takes a fastball inside, 1-1.
We mentioned Jabari's yesterday. I'm not a launch angle guy, but at 43%, 43 degrees, the steepest of any home run this year in Major League Baseball.
Takes a fastball in, 2-1.
Nice launch angle there, Jabari.
I think we called it a moonshot at the time, and there's no doubt it was. Ibar a line drive here. And like you said, a no-doubter. 4-1 D-backs, top of the 4th. Pitch to Blash, checked his swing. They appealed to first, he went. Boy, it's 3 or 4 times tonight that the plate umpire has asked for help, and every time Eric Cooper at first base has said it's a strike. I'm not disagreeing, by the way, just you don't often see that.
No, I think he's been right every time.
Yeah, me too. And Woodring, to his credit, the plate umpire has been asking, not handling it himself. 2-2, check swing again on a pitch low. Clearly held up. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Blash. Over the weekend, as Ted was saying earlier, the Padres AAA team El Paso was playing the Diamondbacks AAA team Reno, and Jabari twice homered over the weekend against Reno. 3-2 pitches, low ball 4. Jabari Blash. great eye, great power. And a 2-out walk. That'll get Cahill to the plate here in the fourth as we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
KBCT San Diego, the best of both worlds. Padres baseball right now on FM 94.9. And your favorite music on the FM 94.9 app, commercial free during the game. This is FM 94.9.
Chase Field, Phoenix, Arizona. With Ted Leitner, I'm Jesse Agler. Trevor Cahill at the plate. 2 outs, Blash on first. And a fastball outside. Diamondbacks a 4-1 lead here in the top half of the fourth. Trevor 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to second base. And this fastball misses away. 2-0 from Godley. Paul Goldschmidt just took a few steps towards the mound, kind of shouted something out to Godley. He shook his head affirmatively and now gets back to work. 2-0 to Cahill is right down the middle. Fastball at 93 and now 2-1 to the Padre pitcher.
Rain yesterday. Braves beat the Mets in New York tonight, 8-2.
Mets are in trouble.
Injuries, among other things.
Yeah. 2-1 Cahill. Big swing and a foul ball back behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eric Ibar's second home run in a Padre uniform has gotten the Friars on the board here. They trail 4-1. 2-2 to Cahill is taken just high. Looked like a pretty good curveball. Godley did not get the call. And now the count full, 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch and a line drive. Right field. Peralta's got to go back on it. He was playing shallow. It's over his head. Cahill's got his first hit in a Padre uniform. It's going to be an RBI double as Blash comes in to score. 4-2 Diamondbacks here in the fourth. They're playing him shallow and he shot it over Peralta towards the right field corner.
Second RBI by a Padre pitcher this year. Chacin had the other on a single near the double by the homeboy, Trevor Cahill. Way to go, kid. So I'm into that now, Jess. It's one of the only perks of being not old but older is to call people young man and kid. And gee, that's just great. I've just waited all my life to do that. It's simply wonderful.
Here's Margot. 2 outs. Cahill at second base with a very small lead. And Manuel takes in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, whether it's been with 2 outs or 2 strikes or down big, Padres keep having good competitive at-bats. Sometimes you got to get lucky. Remember last week when Ibar homered against the D-backs and Greinke, the 2-2 pitch looked like a strike. Greinke didn't get the call. He hit the next one out. Here, the 2-2 pitch looked like a strike to Cahill. Godley didn't get the call, and Trevor doubled on the next pitch. 1-0. That's a breaking ball strike. 1-1 to Margot. They're going to miss calls. And if you can take advantage of that, well, that's big. Staying in the at-bat, keeping your head in, whatever you want to say. 1 ball and 1 strike to Margot. Cahill at second. 2 outs. 2-run game. Here's Godley's pitch and a breaking ball strike. Had Manuel kind of backing out of the way of that one, but both Godley and Cahill have the good curveball going tonight. He's ahead, 1-2. Both starting pitchers have run the pitch counts way up. Godley's approaching 75 here in the fourth. Long pause, now the 1-2 to Margot, and a little topper out in front of the plate. That is a foul ball. Mathis hopped on it, the catcher, but just foul. It's good for the Padres. Curveball, just kind of golfed at it, got a little bit of a piece. Time now called at the plate, I believe, by the catcher, Mathis. There were 2 outs. There was nobody on. Ibar homered, Blash walked, and then Trevor Cahill a double. on a 3-2 count to bring home a run. He's still at second. Now a 1-2 pitch to Margot and a swing and a miss. Good curveball again from Godley. His 5th strikeout of the night, 2nd of the inning. But Padres get the 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave a man. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Just like that, it's now 4-2 Arizona. This is the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
National Car Rental. Only National lets you bypass the
11 Oceanside Fair Amphitheater featuring Franz Ferdinand, State Motel, Lion.
Cahill, an RBI double to bring home Jabari Blash. So 4-2 Arizona, bottom of the 4th, and it'll be Godley to lead off against Cahill. Neither starting pitcher has had an easy go so far. Both thrown a lot of pitches. Godley, through his 4 innings tonight, has thrown 75. Cahill has thrown 62 through his 3 innings of work. And 8 Diamondbacks came to the plate last inning. First pitch to the opposing pitcher is a curveball for a strike. 0-1. Trevor, a Diamondback, 2012, 13, and 14. But 1 pitch is low. Traded to Atlanta right at the start of the 2015 season as a Diamondback. 24-34 record, 4.29 ERA. 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball strike. 1-2 to Godley, who struck out on a curveball his first time up. Coming into tonight, Cahill's done a really nice job this year getting guys to swing and miss. Here's a curveball that is not swung at, but it is strike 3. 5th strikeout of the night for Cahill, the first punch out. First backwards K. And it gets Godley, 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th.
Padre family, and you can be a part of it. Becoming a season ticket member. Padre season ticket membership starts at only 10 games with the ability to customize your own plan. Prorated options are available now. Padres.com/compadres to learn more about the exclusive benefits of Padre membership.
A.J. Pollock, 2 for 2. 2 singles. Stolen base. 2 runs scored. And a no ball, 1 strike count after he looks at a fastball. More hits than any major league outfielder back in 2015. Missed almost all of last year with a pair of injuries. A 1 pitch is a curveball strike. 0-2 to Pollock.
Twitter was going crazy yesterday. We mentioned the fact that I wanted to be a guru. And I mentioned the fact that Jerry Coleman always called Dave Marcus the producer, engineer, and Grand Poobah. And we wondered where Grand Poobah came from. Well, now, as Paul Harvey would say, we know the rest of the story.
0-2 curveball in the dirt. Pollock holds up. A lot of people checked in.
Yeah, from Gaslamp Ball. Character Howard Cunning on the TV series Happy Days was the Poobah of the Leopard Lounge of Milwaukee. And you mentioned, by the way, the cartoon, right?
Yeah, Flintstones. Yeah.
And somebody else, several, mentioned the Flintstones.
Check swing on a curveball. This time, Eric Cooper down at first base said Pollock did not swing. 2-2. Grand Poobah. That's another good curveball from Cahill. Pollock able to hold up, but Trevor obviously feeling that pitch here tonight. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Diamondback leadoff man. The pitch is swung on and missed. Tried to check his swing, could not. It was another off-speed pitch, down and away. And back-to-back strikeouts for Cahill here in the 4th. He's got 6. 2 outs, bases empty for David Peralta. 4-2 Diamondbacks here at Chase Field. Padres have been behind early in all 3 of these games, but chipped away big time on Monday night and have already begun to come back here this evening. Now they just need Cahill to give him another couple good innings. First pitch, and Peralta, left-handed batter, takes low. That was the changeup. 1-0. Talk about Pollock's injuries. Peralta, too, just 48 games last year. He swings and grounds 1 foul at the plate. 3 separate stints on the disabled list a year ago for David Peralta. Wrist and back. So maybe we shouldn't be surprised that they're so good this year. Pollock is healthy and productive. Peralta healthy and productive.
Yeah, this is not the team they had. With Miller back, no, he's not now, and Grinky again.
Fastball high outside, 2-1. Yeah, Miller, by the way, Shelby Miller, who they gave up so much to Atlanta to acquire before last season, had a really rough year last year. Remember, he cut his finger on the mound at Petco. Here comes the 2-1. And Peralta takes low inside. 3 balls and a strike. He's already walked twice tonight. But Miller left his last start against the Dodgers on Sunday with forearm tightness, which is usually not good at all, and he's going for a third opinion now. Here's a line drive up the middle, base hit. It will not be the first 1-2-3 inning of the night for Trevor Cahill. Strikeout, single. And Peralta now 2 walks and a single. That keeps it going for Goldschmidt. But yeah, Shelby Miller got the team doctor, and then he went up to L.A., I think yesterday, to see Dr. Neil Elatrache. And now they're sending the results of all the tests to Dr. James Andrews in Birmingham.
Speaking of gurus,
there you go.
Dr. Andrews certainly is. Dr. Job, at the forefront of inventing the Tommy John surgery, is no longer with us, but Dr. Andrews is probably the preeminent guy in that surgery and on that knowledge in the country.
So you kind of read between the lines, and I think at this point Shelby Miller just wants to be 1,000% sure that that is what it is. But not good news for the Diamondbacks, and that's essentially why Zach Godley is pitching tonight. Runner on first, 2 outs for Goldschmidt, and Cahill's first pitch to him is a fastball high. Padres had some 2-out magic in the top of this inning. Arizona looking for the same. 4 runs on 6 hits and an error for the Snakes. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Padres. Cahill set at the letters. And the 1-0. Goldschmidt in the air, deep right field. Renfroe's going back. Renfroe is at the wall. Renfroe will make the catch. No, he dropped it. Had it at the wall, came out of his glove. Margot picks it up, throws it in. Coming all the way around to score is Peralta. Goldschmidt's on second base, and it's 5-2 Arizona. Boy, it looked like Renfroe was uncomfortable all the way, but he got there. He was waiting for the ball to come down. Had his back against the wall in right field, and it just popped out of his mitt.
That's an error to me. Right off the very tip of the glove right there. But as you said, when you're standing there, you're waiting on it, and it's no longer extraordinary effort where the scorer can really shade toward error, shade toward base hit. That's an error all the way.
It is. E9.
Crushing.
Should have been the end of the inning.
Absolutely.
And now you got Jake Lamb up there at an RBI single last time. Goldschmidt goes all the way to second base, and Lamb takes a curveball low, 1-0. Goldschmidt hit it really hard. It was a pitch down. He golfed it to the opposite field. You could just watch Renfroe going back. He didn't have a great beat on it, but he did get there. You could tell he was knew where the wall was behind. He was kind of feeling for it, not super comfortable. But there comes a point when you're standing there, you put your glove up, and the ball hits the glove. You got to catch it. He did not. Here comes the 1-0. And it's down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. And you go back to the pitch count for Cahill. It had been up. This was an opportunity for him to be out of the inning, and now he's going to have to throw at least a handful more pitches. To a pitch is inside, ball 3. Maybe low. There's a changeup. We just saw another replay. Renfroe's kind of up on his tippy toes as the ball got there. Fastball strike 3-1 to Jake Lamb. And again, he just wasn't comfortable going back. And the footwork, and he was up against the wall, and as the ball was coming down, maybe he thought it was a little bit out of position. He went up on his toes. That's obviously not an easy way to make a catch. Cost him. 3-1 pitch is on the inside corner. Strike 2. So an unearned run for the Diamondbacks here in the 4th, after the Padres got 2 back in the top of the inning. 5-2 Snakes. 2 outs. Goldschmidt at second. And Cahill getting ready for a payoff pitch to Lamb. Here it comes. And it is a check swing, but he could not hold up. And it's strikeout number 7 for Trevor Cahill. 3 strikeouts in the inning, but an unearned run for the Diamondbacks. They lead 5-2 as we go to the 5th. This is the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
Toyota is leading the way in value. According to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com, Toyota is the brand with the best recent.
Go direct to the source. Buy at Toyota.com.
We've got what it takes. San Diego Toyota, let's go places. When we say money, it's this oversight pursuant to the California Deferred Deposit Transaction Law to make consumer loans.
Money Tree. Your money in time.
The San Diego Padres.
Strike three. Grab the SPF 50 on FM 94.9.
Padres baseball is made possible by Daniels Jewelers. Daniels Jewelers, making diamond dreams come true since 1948. Tough bottom of the fourth inning for the Padres. An unearned run after Hunter Renfroe dropped what should have been the third out. That allowed David Peralta to come all the way around from first base to score. And so now 5-2 Arizona here in the fifth. But heart of the order for the Padres. And the voice, Ted Leitner.
Thank you, sir. Way to hang in there, way to play hurt. Corey Spangenberg squares the bunt. Lays off outside, ball one. Zachary Godley up from AAA Reno. (1-0) on the way. Ground ball shortstop. Big Hop Owings behind the bag at second from to his left from short, makes the grab and throw, and one away in the fifth inning. Had a couple of relief appearances he did in Reno and a start.
First baseman, Will Myers.
One of his relief appearances came after they got snowed out in a game. And the starter had started that previous day, and then the snow came, and they postponed it earlier this month in Reno. Nice. And then he got the long relief / start the next day when they continued. Here's Mr. Myers. Fastball foul back out of play. Strike one. Go to Reno all the time, of course, with Aztec basketball and football. As University of Nevada, Reno, a member of the Mountain West Conference. Big sign there is calls themselves Reno, the biggest little city in America, whatever that means. It's the Will. Chop foul, third base. Padres playing in front of the smallest crowd they played in, home or away, all year. Nothing close to the Petco, just 12,000. 0-2, tried that outside corner. Not there with the fastball at 93. 1-2 to Will Myers, who has struck out twice. That doesn't happen often these days. Most consistent Padre hitter right from the get-go in Los Angeles when the season began. 5-2 Diamondbacks. 1-2 laid off, breaking ball. Check swing, ball on the dirt. Even up, 2-2.
Longtime baseball writer Jack Magruder, who covers the Diamondbacks, just tweeted that this is the smallest crowd ever here.
So a pretty long time, back to 1998, huh? 12,215 for a team off to a good start. Godley's pitch, tried that outside corner again, this time with another curve, not the fastball. Missed it, full count.
I think Myers thought that was strike three.
He was about to walk to the dugout. These AAA fill-in umpires that they use for what I think is remarkable. That, hey, their union got them in-season vacations. Good for them. If you can get it, take it. Pop up. Right side on the 3-2 coming down the line is Goldschmidt. About halfway to home plate in fair territory. Makes the catch. He's the first baseman. And they're two gone here in the fifth inning. Down by 3 runs. Trying not to lose the first 3 to Arizona. And I'm not picking on the umpires because, they don't have home games. And Jesse and I know what the travel's like, and we're very lucky. Padres have a chartered 757, for heaven's sakes. They take care of their players. They really do. And most of the stuff is all taken care of, your luggage and whatever, and they feed you. But you're still flying around, and you're away from home and all that stuff. Chopper foul, first base. Umpires don't have home games. Those who live in major league cities, like Mike Winters in San Diego and guys like that, they still don't get assigned to their home team all the time. So they're flying to everything. Everything's a road game for them. That's tough. It really is. Pitch is way inside, almost hit Jan Heves. 1-1.
He was not particularly pleased with that. I don't know that it was necessarily because he thought it was intentional. It was just way in. And right at the belt area.
Sure did have a different release point, though. And looked like he was throwing way in. Just saying. 1-1. big hawk and a foul at the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. But the umpires, after being off basically 5-6 months in an off season, they're not full-time employees where they have to, go to the office and do film studies or anything like NFL referees do. So they got half a year off. And then the negotiation, they asked for in-season vacations after having 6 months off. And hey, if somebody, like I said, will give it to you, they took it. They did. Coming in again with a curveball. Inside, off the plate, swinging and missing. Strike 3. Godley called up from AAA to make the start here. He retires the Padres in order for the first time since the first inning here today as they go ground out, pop-up strikeout in the 2-3-4 batters to the bottom of the 5th. 5-2 Diamondbacks, Game 3, Phoenix, FM 94.9, Padres Radio Network.
Shop the spring clearance event at Ranch.
You've tasted Wingley chicken, raised on Wingley Farms. One bite, and you'll realize what chicken is supposed to taste like. Wingley raises chickens with an all-vegetarian diet, giving them plenty of room to roam and using no antibiotics or hormones. Signature Brown, Young Brown, Silkies, Brown Rooster, and Classic White chickens are raised longer for better flavor and texture. Try the fresh, natural, delicious taste of Wingley chicken. Only available at Sindley Wholesale, 4665 El Cajon Boulevard.
Follow us on
Yasmani Tomas laid off for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Expansion babies of 1998, the fastest of all time to a division title, fastest of all time to a World Series. Trevor Cahill, a former Diamondback, delivers strike called to Tomas here in the bottom of the 5th. Teddy Jesse with you, 5-2 Arizona. Back at you again. Same 2, same city, same station, same time, 6:40 tomorrow. Good slider delivery. He's had a lot of curve, a lot of slider. Mostly, I'd say mostly. More slider than curve is a better way to put it. Nothing and 2. 5, 6, 7 batters, Diamondbacks. Tomas, Drury, Owings. 0-2 has a curve right there after the slider. Nope. 1 and 2. .64 right-hander from Vista, Trevor Cahill. Vista High School, 1-2, swing and a best strike 3. Yeah, you throw it anywhere between dugout to dugout, and this guy's he's going after it. Much like Puig, his countryman from Cuba. Very indisciplined hitter. 8th strikeout for Trevor. He's got that, though he's down 3 runs. He has walked 4. That's certainly way too many. On a strikeout to walk ratio 8-4. Not good. Brendan Drury, second baseman.
Ties the season high with 8 strikeouts.
There you go. Has his sign from Austin setting up outside where he delivers a fastball, but it is outside. Ball 1.
Career high for Cahill is 10 strikeouts. He's done it twice. The last time was as a Diamondback at Petco in June of 13.
He deals. There's a curve, but it's low. 2-0. Nationals pounding the Rockies 9-2. That's in the 8th inning. So as we say, it's not over yet. In Denver. Trey Turner, Zimmerman, Dan Murphy, home runs. Washington off, Tyler Chatwood. Fastball outside, 3-0, Trevor Cahill. Going to be taken? He does. Strike call, 3-1. Yesterday was a marvelous pitcher's duel in my favorite ballpark. Not. Nice ballpark, just the altitude drives you nuts. Washington beat the Rockies yesterday 15-12. 9-2 today. Check swing over Myers on the back end attempt. Solarte picks it up, throws to Cahill on the cover, and they do not get him. I mean, Eric Cooper, he went up with the right hand. He was about to call him out, and then he changed his mind out of the in that motion, and then said no, safe. And Drury took a tumble big time right there, man.
Cahill lost the ball at the last second. I think that's the only reason they called him safe, because you said it, Cooper was about to call him out. It was very close.
Mark McGuire's on the phone checking the review, but there's no sense doing that if indeed the ball came out. Heads up play by Solarte with a peg that They might have given, there was a chance there on the review there that they would give him the put out on a terrific play by Cahill. Made a backhand as he was falling down. He's on the bag. He had it. Then when he rolls over, the ball comes away. Much like at other bases, you could give that as a put out and then losing the ball after the put out was recorded. It's borderline either way.
Speaking of scoring.
Yes.
The official scorer has made an adjustment to something that happened in the bottom of the last inning. Hunter Renfroe will not be charged with an error on the fly ball that he dropped. It will be an RBI double now for Paul Goldschmidt.
Because the hometown, I'll give you the hometown scorer is a joke, and he wants to kiss up to the hometown player and make nice to him, so he wants to give him a double and an RBI when it is an error 100% of the way. That is just insulting to Major League Baseball.
Adds another earned run to Trevor Cahill's resume, too.
Goes back to the wall. He's waiting 1,001, 1,002, and 1,003. The ball is right into his glove, and it goes in and out of the glove. That's an error in Major League parks. Not here, but in Major League parks.
MLB.com at Bat is your #1 mobile app for live Padres baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Padres home screen icons and app features, including game day, live video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat today.
Nice hometown scoring there, boys. When you get in the major leagues, let us know. Now, Owings. He is indeed safe at first base. First pitch outside, ball one. Heck of an effort by Cahill. And a great heads-up play by Solarte after Myers tried to go back and make the running backhand. It was over his glove, and on one bounce, Solarte not giving up on the ball, backing up, going to his left on the dirt cutout, and throws an overhand peg really hard. Trevor with a backhand grab, beating Drury to the bag, but they didn't give him the put out before he rolled over, and then the ball came out later. Owings, ground ball, made for two. Shortstop bobbled by Ibar, recovers as he falls down on the dirt cutout and gets the runner at second base. Great recovery, Eric Ibar. I know you had two, but you'll take one right there because you might have had nothing.
Sounds weird to say, but a couple of really nice defensive plays on a couple of really bad defensive moments.
You're 100% right.
Yeah. Like the one a moment ago at first base, the fact that Cahill even got there and that Solarte made it close was incredible.
Heck of a play.
And here, like you said, Ibar loses the double play, but a good recovery to get the force.
Grabbed it, bobbled it, fell down as he reached down with one motion, grabbing it, throwing it, and falling down to his backhand. So they get the force play 6-4 on Drury. Owings reaching on the fielder's choice, draws a throw over there, and not close. 5-2 Arizona. Two-out runner at first here in the bottom of the fifth. See, I really love this game so much that when things like that are insulting to baseball, when a guy's playing games as the official scorer, I can't handle it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not apologizing. I just can't handle it. I should have more control and be more diplomatic, but I'm not. Too late for that. Curveball, strike call. Like I said on the aging thing, you should be able to get away with stuff when you're older. You know what I mean? So just say, nah, he's like that. He's a wacko. Let him go. Breaking ball outside. 1-1. Yeah, that's a base hit with an outfielder waiting to catch it and dropping it. That's some double you got there. Mamma mia. 5 runs, 8 hit home team, 2 runs, 4 for the Padres. Delivery outside, a ball. 8-hitter Jeff Mathis, the catcher. Starting his second game, Iannetta had it 1. Throw is pitch outside. Throw down by Hedges is not in time. To first base, 2-1. Mathis has struck out and fly to right. Trevor Cahill working where once he was employed. Time called there as he's ready to go as Mathis steps out. Runner going on the 2-1. Breaking ball. Grounded to third base. Backhand. Spangenberg sets right by the bag at third. Nice arm. Nice arm. Makes the throw in time. That's all. Like we said, a couple of really good defensive plays by the Padres. Didn't get outs on them, but they really made really athletic plays. Never something to be overlooked with no runs and a hit and a man left here after 5. Official game and a 5-2 lead for Arizona in Game 3. Teddy Jesse with the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
Hey, beer lovers, guess what? This is not an ad for beer. But if
commercial-free, FM 94.9 online and on your phone with the FM 94.9 app. Get it at your app store now.
Grab an IPA and kick back and listen on FM 94.9.
New pitcher for the Diamondbacks recently called up for the ball game, as we mentioned, with Shelby Miller on the DL, pushing their starters back a day here at the back end of their rotation, with Taijuan Walker, the former Mariner, now going tomorrow, and Godley called up to get this start. And now Archie Bradley, who has been with this ball club before and starting for them, will be in relief for the 6th game this year. 5-2 Diamondbacks. 5 relief appearances, 11 in the 3rd inning, 7 hits, 1 run. Bradley's been good. Hunter Renfroe leads off in the 6th. First pitch to him. Breaking ball, strike called. Pitches a high fly ball deep left center field. Can't catch that. Car rushed. Hunter Renfroe, deep center, way above the 413 sign. You know, it's pure power. It's bat speed. If you have it or you don't have it, Hunter Renfroe, I think we know this by now. He has it. Ball game again, 5-3 Diamondbacks. To a 6-game hitting streak. Boy, did he catch one. Hanging slider, little middle in, just killed the pelota.
And I think a fan may have reached, maybe not. I got another look at it. It looked for a moment like a fan maybe reached over the yellow line.
Fastball, big rip and a foul back by Hedges. He did catch it, but yeah, you're right. I don't think he went over to get it.
Trip around the diamond sponsored by Daniels Jewelers. For every Padre home run, the Daniels Jewelry family donates $1,000 of jewelry to local children's charities like A Place Called Home for their fundraising auctions.
Pitch to Hedges is outside the ball, 1-1.
Daniels Jewelers making diamond dreams come true since 1948. So Renfroe gets his run back.
Emphatically, I might add.
Yeah.
Wow. Fastball missing. And to Hedges, who's walked and struck out. It's outside, 2-1.
Sorry, we got an explanation from the official scorer, by the way. He says...
Oh, this ought to be good. Sure. Throw matches of the fire over here. 2-1 low.
No, he says that the ball hit the wall before it came down to Renfroe. I didn't see that. We'll take another look at it.
No way.
But that's what they're going with, is that it hit the wall and then took a kind of a funny ricochet into his glove.
I didn't see that, including 2 replays. Ground ball, Austin Hedges into center field, a base hit. Here comes the home run hitter from back in the 4th inning. That's Eric Ibar. With the pitching change here of Bradley for Godley, brought to you, powered by GTM Discount Store. Shop GTM, San Diego's #1 discount store. 5-3 Diamondbacks. In this ballpark, that's like a tie. Ibar on both times with a walk and the home run. Archie Bradley delivers. He'd given up 1 earned run in those previous outings. Now he's matched that here thanks to Hunter Renfroe. Fastball strike called to Ibar, the switch hitter, as he was for the home run from the left side. Fastball outside. Ball went, I apologize. I was distracted when Hunter hit the ball because the Diamondbacks just realized, during play, that there was a new shortstop. snuck up on him. Nick Ahmed came in, so that's a double switch. They put him in the 9 spot. So I was just hearing that in my ear when suddenly I heard the crack of the bat and watched this amazing takeoff from NASA off the bat of Renfroe to center field. Ibar, another fastball strike called. 96 miles an hour from Bradley. Archie Bradley. As we've noted over the years, he's the Okie from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Fouled out of play, third base. From Ibar, 1-2. 6'4", 225. Living now over yonder in Scottsdale, where, of course, these Diamondbacks, that talking stick, are in spring training. After years in Tucson, at the Tucson Electric Park. They had 2 teams there, and now none in Tucson. It's kind of a shame in spring training. Rockies at the old High Corbett Field, the oldest park in the whole league, and then the Diamondbacks going there also when they started. Pitch inside to Eric is a ball 2-2. I feel bad for Tucson, like I do Yuma. For those wonderful years they had my Padres from 69 to 93. 2-2. Fouled out of play, way down the left side. Back of the lower deck. Boys go home run single here in the 6th inning. Very much a ball game. Hit number 6 for run number 3. And the single by Hedges. Here's a 2-2. It's in the dirt. Nice block there by Mathis. Mentioned Taiwan Walker. Good pitcher they got from Seattle. Tomorrow against Jared Weaver, who's been pretty darn sensational himself. Considering Jared's, 52, 53 years old. And throwing an 83-mile-an-hour fastball. And easy out there when you're doing that, but he's doing it. 3-2, ground ball, made for 2. Shortstop Ahmed with the grab, couple of strides in the bag at second, and then the throw on in time to get Ibar. 6-3 DP, 2 gone for the 8-hitter Jabari Blash.
Top of the 6th is brought to you by Think Blue San Diego, reminding you to keep pollution from our waterways by keeping trash out of our storm drains. Think Blue, a change for the better starts with you.
So Bradley gives up his 2nd home run of the year. Both his runs have been on the long ball. Here's Jabari, who had a long ball, more of a high ball yesterday. Just got in those left field stands. First pitch fastball fouled on the first base side. He's a wonderful, engaging kid, man. Just a great disposition. From St. Thomas and the Virgin Islands. Brian Schimpf on deck for Cahill if they get there. With 2 away here, nobody on. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Blowing that fastball, Bradley. 97 mph. Right-hander deals. Decked him. Way up and in. On his back. 1-2. Mentioned Bradley's 6th appearance out of the bullpen last year. Nothing but starts. 26 of them. Like most of the Diamondbacks, a +5 ERA, 5.02. Full wind and a 1-2. Strike 3 called. Dealing that fastball with almost nothing but the fastballs. Gave up the home run to Renfroe. Then Hedges the single, then the double play and the strikeout, and the Padres get closer, though, with a run on a couple of hits. And after the DP, nobody left in the middle of the 6th in Phoenix. 5-3, Arizona, FM 94.9, Padres Radio Network.
Hey fans, Jesse Agler here, and I'm excited to welcome Daniels Jewelers, a family-operated business with nearly get a $50 gift card.
Daniels makes your diamond dreams come true.
Daniels Jewelers, making diamond dreams come true since 1948.
Dream the 6 easy steps to join the first class of tackle providers in this area. As a tackle provider, you can be your own boss, set your own hours, and make great money. The Tackle app goes live in mid-May, so don't wait. Go to tackle.com today and sign up. Stop thinking about making money doing what you love and start doing it with Tackle.
Celebrate Cinco de Mayo at Petco. On Friday, May 5 against the Dodgers at 7:10. Theme Party at the Park presented by Southwest Airlines starts at 5. Live entertainment, drink specials. Tickets at Padres.com/party. Dodgers, Cinco de Mayo. May 5, obviously. Breaking ball, Trevor Cahill, strike called. Trevor just threw pitch number 100. To start out here to Nick Ahmed in the 9 spot, as mentioned on a double switch, who came in to play short. Travis pitches, swing and a miss. 5-3 Arizona. They have led all night. As they did yesterday and the day before. Here's the 0-2 curve. Chopper third base, Corey waiting on the hop with a backhand right at the edge of the grass. He's got a good arm. Guns it across there. Ahmed in his first AB. 0 for 1. 1 gone, 6th inning.
Just a game and a half, but Spangenberg looks very comfortable and very good at third base.
True enough.
Center fielder, A.J. Pollock.
Leadoff man, A.J. Pollock. The former Bank One ballpark. And they opened play in 98. Division title in 99. Good heavens. World Series to beat the Yankees right here in Game 6 against Mariano Rivera. He and Trevor, the two greatest of all time closers in Major League Baseball history. And Luis Gonzalez gets the knock to left center. Game 6, Diamondbacks are world champions. Pitch all the way to the backstop for ball 1 here to Pollock, a right-handed batter. Trevor deals, slow breaking ball, swing and a miss.
It was a sensational series, start to finish.
Oh, yeah. So much emotion with 9/11 and so forth, and with the interruption of baseball, as you remember, with a week or so off after that travesty in New York. A 1-1. Float. 2-1. The 2-1 on the way is a little bit low. It's a political cartoon I'll never forget, showing in New York Harbor with the flag from the top of the tower being held by a fireman with his face all gritty and dirty, coming out of the water and handing it up to a Marine, and the Marine saying, "I'll take that from here." In other words, we'll take over from here. It was just wonderful. Pitches taken for a strike. 3-2. Trevor's given up the 8 hits, now 5 earned runs after they changed that scoring and right. On the drop ball, Pollock takes one. Still sharp, still sharp. Fastball outside corner, strike 3 call.
Yeah, so we heard from the official score. He says that the ball hit the wall, and then it took a weird carom on Renfroe, and that's why Renfroe dropped it. You and I went back on the MLB at Bat app in between innings and looked at it again. I didn't see it hit the wall.
No way. I would apologize to the official scorer for saying he was doing a hometown job, if that's the case, but in watching it again, I don't see how with that particular carom, it went right into his glove and out. It never touched the wall from the replays that Jesse and I saw, so I'll withhold on the apology. Stand my ground, as it were, not that it matters to him or anybody else. I never saw that. Would have taken a different bounce, I thought, off the wall, and then hit the back of Hunter's glove. Couldn't do that. Hit the wall and then come into the front of his glove. Pitch a strike, called to Peralta. 5-3 Arizona, 2 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. One. Hammered against the overshift. Didn't matter. Perfectly placed on the right side to be a base hit to right. Hunter up and throwing. That always matters when you get Goldschmidt to the plate here instead of having the inning over. Andy's coming out. Andy Green. He's got the pitcher to lead off in the 7th, so he will double switch here. Brian Schimpf will come in and take over at third base, put him in the 9 spot for now. Unless we know otherwise, and that's highly unlikely. Padres will go into the bullpen after 111 pitches. A nice effort for Trevor Cahill. Was spectacular the last time out against the Marlins on the homestand. Numbers are not great by any means. They won't look that good with 9 hits and 5 earned runs. But I thought he battled. A couple of nice defensive plays for him and his defense. But he is done here with 2 outs and a runner on in the 6th inning. 5-3 Arizona. Back with you shortly here on the Pitching Change, FM 94.9, Padres Radio Network.
Shop the spring clearance event.
Padre baseball in Phoenix, Arizona for the first of 3 trips into here. The Diamondbacks have had their first trip into beautiful San Diego in America's finest city, as you know, on the last homestand with the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. Now on the road with the Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants. With, for sure, the most disappointing start in the entire National League, and Toronto would be that category for the American League. 2 teams that everybody thought might be in the World Series. That wouldn't shock anybody. And they're dying on the vine. The Giants last in the National League West. And the worst record, fewest wins, 7-14. And Toronto, 6 wins. Fewest in the American. Actually, Atlanta had won 6 before they got their 7th today on that game in New York. Here's a hard throwing left-hander with amazing promise by my eyes. I ain't no scout, but I can see Jose Torres is a can't miss. Fastball taken. Strike call to All Goldschmidt. 5-3 Diamondbacks, runner at first on the 2-out single. Peralta held on there by Will Myers. Jose comes set, comes way inside, hit him in the leg. I thought, yep. So Torres making his 11th appearance.
Third baseman, Jake.
Hits his 2nd batter of the season. On this pitching change, Torres for Cahill. Brought to you by the United Food and Commercial Workers, UFCW 135. This organization I've been involved with for, a couple of decades. Tremendous people, trained professionals, dedicated to their work at the union supermarkets and the grocery stores. Supermarkets, grocery stores be the same thing, and drugstores, not to be redundant. And supporting San Diego time after time, giving back. UFCW 135. Torres to Jake Lamb, inside ball 1. Cahill 5 2/3, 9 hits, 5 earned runs. This one's a ground ball sharply. Right on the grass, perfectly positioned. Solarte, grab, throw, inning. So the single by Peralta, that's the hit. Diamondbacks after the hit batsman leave a pair. So after 6, still right there for both sides, of course. But a Diamondback lead. They've led all day again. 3rd day in a row, 5-3 Arizona. FM 94.9, Padres Radio Network.
We all know that water is life, and you got to have the best water in the world. And in San Diego, unfortunately, we don't have the best water in the world. It comes out of the tap smelling like bleach. It's hard. It's chlorine.
Summer hits. That's 866-SMILE again or permadontics.com.
When the Padres are killing it on FM 94.9.
Long gone from.
Buy me some peanuts and cold craft beer. Yeah.
Back in Phoenix here. Roof open. Warm night, but pleasant. You know, it's not the heat, it's the humidity, and the humidity's way low here. A 5-3 Arizona lead. It's out there for the taking in the 7th inning. Archie Bradley into his 2nd inning of relief. Ryan Schimpf, we mentioned, came in on the double switch to play 3rd, so he's in the 9th spot. He leads off. We're in the 7th. Here's Jess.
All right, Teddy, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. And Schimpf, a left-handed batter, waits. Archie Bradley's first pitch fastball is a strike at 95 on the outside corner. 0-1. Schimpf did not appear in last night's game. Went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts on Monday. He's slumping. There are no two ways about it. A little fist job over towards the shift, and that'll be caught on a line by Owings, who began the game at shortstop, now at second base. So Schimpf lines out, and he is now 1 for his last 27.
Center fielder, Manuel.
Bunch of walks sprinkled in there, of course, among the league leaders in that category, but Ryan's not hitting. Here's Manuel Margot, 1 for 3 with a single, extended the hitting streak to 6 games. And Bradley kicks and fires in a fastball strikeout or half. 0-1 to Margot. I think there were probably some Diamondback fans that expected Archie Bradley to get the start tonight. with Shelby Miller going on the disabled list. A 1 pitch is a slider for a strike. And I'm sure that the Diamondback front office kicked that around. But Bradley had been really good in relief. Here's the 0-2. It's inside. And so I think that was one thing. They didn't want to mess with that, the fact that he'd been pitching well out of the bullpen. And then the other thing was he's not super stretched out yet. So I think this was kind of exactly how they envisioned it. Here comes the 1-2 to Margot, and a high fly ball, shallow center field. Pollock coming on. Center fielder takes control of the situation, calls everybody else off, makes the catch. Margot now 1 for 4, 2 outs for Spangenberg. Get 5 innings out of Godley, which they did through 87 pitches, and now, try and get 3, maybe 4, who knows, out of Archie Bradley as they continue to make his arm a little bit more prepared for starting moving forward. Because whether it's when the next guy goes down, and it's going to happen, it does, or maybe if Godley is not effective, they want Bradley to start again. Spangenberg swings and misses at a fastball inside, 0-1. Corey 0 for 3. 0 for 2. And the 0-1 pitch is a fastball a little bit high. Started the game at third base. Now he's out in left field. That's where he ended the game last night. Here comes the 1-1. Bradley working quickly, and that fastball is a strike at the knees. Read a thing the other day, and it's a lot of math, so I'll just generalize. But basically, the concept of the everyday left fielder is disappearing from baseball. Pitch to Spangenberg is swung on and missed. High fastball went after it, 98 miles per hour. And a big-time 1-2-3 inning for Archie Bradley here in the 7th. Stretch time at Chase. Tomas is going to lead off for the Diamondbacks in the bottom. It's 5-3 Arizona on the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
Toyota is leading the way in safety. An award-winning Toyota with Toyota's Safety Sense Standard. See your Toyota dealer today.
Now it's easy. This is Will Myers of the San Diego 94.9.
Bottom half, inning number 7. This one a little bit more low scoring as compared to the first 2 games of this series. 5-3 Diamondbacks. Yasmani Tomas leading off against Jose Torres. Faced 2 batters in the bottom of the 6th after Trevor Cahill went 5 2/3. Hit Goldschmidt, and they got Lamb to ground out and end the inning. And a fastball is high outside to Tomas. By the way, hitting Goldschmidt meant 9 consecutive plate appearances reaching base for Goldschmidt, which ties the Diamondback franchise record. Of course, if they wouldn't have changed the error, I think that would have adjusted all of that. But anyway, we're moving on. Check swing, but a strike to Tomas. 0-2. Pitcher's spot is next, and the pitcher Bradley is in the on-deck circle. Imagine they're going to want to get multiple innings out of him tonight. No balls, 2 strikes to Tomas. Torres ready and delivers, and a swing and a foul ball straight back. Still 0-2. Cahill, 5 runs on 9 hits in 5 2/3. 4 walks. Season high 9 strikeouts. He threw 111 pitches. Not at his best. Was let down by his defense a couple of times. And kept the Padres in the game. Here's the 0-2. And Tomas takes down by the feet. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tomas, a Cuban defector, did so in 2014. The story is that he basically told his family in Cuba about an hour before he left that he was going. 16 hours on a boat to Haiti. Here comes the 2-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. Nice job by Torres. He gets Tomas to chase. 1 down. The pitcher Bradley coming up. Bradley, as a former starter, decent number of at-bats last year, 43. Went 3 for 43. That's an 0.70 average. In his career, 0.86. No homers, 4 RBIs. 5 for 58. And he takes a first pitch that misses outside. 1-0. Fastball at 97 from Torres. Torres, one of the young guys you didn't necessarily expect to make the team at the beginning of spring training, but as Cactus League play wore on, you started to get the sense he would be in the mix. Here's the 1-0, and Bradley takes low. And unlike the young Rule 5 guys, Diaz, Torrens, and Cordoba, Torres did not change his number at the end of spring training to something a little bit lower. He's still wearing his number 76 out there. 2-0 is a fastball strike. 2-1 to the pitcher, Bradley.
And we get that from opposing broadcasters all the time, asking about the Rule 5 guys, and they think he's one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With Diaz and Torrens and so forth. And Cordoba, but he's not, of course. But it does, looking at his stuff, I don't know how he spent 6 years in the minor leagues. I really don't.
I'm with you. It's incredible. 2-1 pitch is another fastball for a strike. 2-2 to Archie Bradley.
And we realize the light goes on late for guys, and some have control problems they have to harness. Just like the greats did. Randy Johnson, Koufax, those guys, they couldn't buy a strike despite throwing hard, and sometimes it comes later than others.
He was phenomenal last year, most of the season at Double-A San Antonio. Here's the 2-2 and a hard hit foul ball back behind home plate. 25 relief appearances for the Missions last year. Did a 1.24 ERA. Made his Major League debut late September against the Giants. Made 3 Major League innings, all scoreless, after getting the call-up, and made the opening day roster this year for the first time in his career. Fighting with the opposing pitcher here, 2-2 to Bradley. And the pitch is taken for a called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jose Torres here in the bottom of the 7th inning, trying to keep this a 5-3 Arizona advantage, with Myers, Solarte, and Renfroe scheduled to hit in the 8th. Here's second baseman Chris Owings. Began the game at shortstop. Moved over after Brandon Drury left. Drury, remember, involved in that weird play at first base where he kind of collided a little bit with Cahill. They say he's got a jammed right knee and that he's day-to-day. We all. Owings out in front of a breaking ball. Taps its foul. 0-1.
Yes, Jess. We are.
I feel particularly day-to-day tonight, I got to tell you.
I can tell.
Oh, man. No balls and a strike to Owings. 0 for 3 with an RBI. And he lines this one to deep right field. Renfroe's got to turn his back, race back, still going back, and he makes the catch. Just shy of the warning track. They had him played kind of shallow, but Renfroe did a good job closing the gap. And he goes back to make the catch. It's a 1-2-3 7th for Torres. We go to the 8th, 5-3 Arizona. Myers, Solarte, Renfroe coming up on the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
National Car Rental Priest
at sandiego.com.
Dream big during the Honda Dream Garage Sales event going on now with special
4-9.
Start of the 8th inning, Padres trailing the Diamondbacks 5-3, trying to come from behind. They've been behind all evening, chipped away a little bit. Home run from Ibar in the 4th, RBI double from Cahill that same inning. Hunter Renfroe homer to lead off the 6th, and now it's Will Myers leading off the 8th. Archie Bradley in his 3rd inning of relief gets a fastball by Myers, 95 miles per hour, up in the zone, 0-1. Bradley out of the windup, delivers, and that fastball is taken for a strike at 96. No balls, 2 strikes to Myers, who's 0 for 3 tonight, with a couple of strikeouts and a pop-up to Goldschmidt. Bradley ahead of him, 0-2. The pitch is way high. Fastball at 96. Zach Godley started for the D-backs, went 5, allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. A home run to Ibar, and he threw 87 pitches. 1-2 to Myers is outside and low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Will. Myers had a 3-run homer in the 7th in the first game of the series. Last night, 1 for 5 with a double. Now the 2-2 pitch, that's high, ball 3. Will fell behind. 0-2. He's now run it full against Archie Bradley. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. It is taken. It is strike 3 on the inside corner. Went to the curveball. Looked like a perfect pitch. 1 away.
Second baseman, Jan Hervis Solarte.
Here's Jan Hervis Solarte. 1 out, bases empty. Switch hitter from the left side. He sees Bradley for the first time. And he takes the first pitch fastball for a called strike on the inside corner. Against Godley, Solarte went 1 for 3 with a double. That was back in his first at-bat, leading off the second inning. Padres could not get him home, though. Here's the 0-1, and the fastball low outside. The double extended his hitting streak to 7 games, a week's worth of games. Back-to-back 3-hit games for Solarte to start this series. 1-1 pitch is a fastball outside. First time in his career he's had back-to-back 3-hit games. Hitting a very respectable .293 now. The 2-1 pitch is a called strike. Fastball right at the knees on the outside corner, 2-2.
I'm glad to see Chase Headley actually had a terrible start last year. Chase got 1 knock today in the Yankee win over Boston, and he's hit in .333.
Swing and a miss by Solarte, went after a high fastball. 3 straight strikeouts for Bradley going back to last inning. 2 outs, bases empty in the 8th. We'll pause 10 seconds for station ID on the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
KBCT San Diego. Check out the all-new PadresRadio.com for all the latest news on the Padres and the FM 94.9 app for all your favorite music commercial-free during the game.
5-3 Diamondbacks, 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 8th inning from Chase Field in Phoenix. Hunter Renfroe at the plate, swinging and missing at a fastball, 0-1. Renfroe was the first man to see Archie Bradley tonight, and he welcomed him by homering to the left to straightaway center field, up over the big wall here in Phoenix. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another fastball at 96. And Bradley at it, and no balls, 2 strikes. They set up outside, and the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Elevated another fastball. 4 straight strikeouts for Archie Bradley. He has got 5 Ks in 3 innings of relief. He keeps this a 5-3 Diamondback lead as we go to the bottom half of inning number 8 on the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
Shop the spring clearance event at Rancho Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Get $10,000 net savings.
Baseball on FM 94.9.
Bottom of the 8th inning, and the Padres have gone to their 3rd pitcher of the night. Trevor Cahill started, went 5 2/3. Jose Torres came on in the 6th and retired 4 of the 5 men that he faced. Hit Paul Goldschmidt. But outside of that, a couple of strikeouts, nobody reached. And now it's Ryan Buchter here trying to keep this a 2-run game in the bottom of the 8th inning. 8-9 and 1 due up for Arizona. That's Mathis, Ahmed, and Pollock. Mathis, the catcher, 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a flyout, and a groundout. And he takes way low inside from Buchter. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitching change brought to you by Rancho Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Better service, better financing offers. No one saves you more than Rancho. Ball and no strikes, and Buchter delivers. Fastball that's popped up. Shallow right center. Renfroe coming in. Solarte going back. Renfroe will call. He'll make the catch. Margot ended up there as well. But Mathis pops out. He's 0 for 4. And here comes Nick Ahmed for the 2nd time.
This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Ahmed started at shortstop last night, came into play shortstop in a 6th inning double switch this evening. Grounded at 3rd in his only at bat. That was against Cahill. And the first pitch is a little bit up and in. He got the hands up and out of the way. 1 ball, no strikes. Did not see him in the Monday game. He was another one of the guys that was hurt last year for the D-backs. 1-0. Checks the swing, but it's a called strike. Limited to 90 games a season ago with a right hip injury. One ball and 1 strike. Buchter is ready. And Ryan's 1-1 pitch is low inside. Right-handed hitters have had a tough time against Ryan Buchter this year. They're now just 1 for 16. 2 balls and a strike. Ahmed waits, and this pitch is a little bit outside. 3 balls and a strike from Buchter. Ryan now has also retired the first batter he's faced in all 9 appearances out of the bullpen this year. 5-3 Diamondbacks, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Padres will have Hedges, Ibar, and a pinch hitter in the 9th, and it looks like they'll face, once again, Fernando Rodney. 3-1, hard hit line drive down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases for Nick Ahmed. Spangenberg goes over to get it, and Ahmed cruising into second base with a double, makes the turn at second. Now he'll back into the base, and it's a 1-out double. So just the second hit allowed this year by Buchter to a right-handed hitter. And now another one coming up, A.J. Pollock, who's 2 for 4. Buchter likes to work up in the zone. That one was down by the knees. And Ahmed put a really good swing on it. Down the left field line for 2. Ahmed's second double of the season. Pollock at the plate, infield single and a run scored in the first. Single, stolen base, and a run scored in the third. But in the 4th and the 6th against Cahill, he struck out. Ahmed at second. Buchter trying to keep this a 2-run game. Looks back at Ahmed. He'll come home, and Pollock takes a called strike. 0-1.
That Yankee win over Boston mentioned after the rain yesterday. Severino beat Porcello. Palmer and Aaron Judge, who I believe ESPN has already gotten a bust for. Cooperstown after about 3 months of baseball. But he's in New York.
Runner goes. Buchter steps off. Now they've got him hung up between second and third. Buchter throws to Solarte, who chases Ahmed towards third base. Now to Schimpf, who applies the tag. Nicely done. He went on first motion, but Buchter wasn't moving. And they pick him off between second and third. That's a huge second out. And the caught stealing, let's see. I think we're going to go 1-4-5. So now 2 outs, base is empty. And Buchter ahead of Pollock, 0-1. That is obviously huge. Hedges to lead off the 9th. 5-3 Diamondbacks. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Big curveball. That's a strike. 0-2 to Pollock. Final game of this series tomorrow night, 6:40. Jared Weaver and Taijuan Walker, the former Mariner. Buchter set, and the 2-strike pitch is lined to right center field. That's trouble. Splits the gap. Margot coming over, though, to cut it off. Pollock's going to head for second. Here comes the throw, not in time. Second double of the inning for the Diamondbacks. And now that caught stealing of Ahmed looks even bigger. For the moment, Buchter has avoided the insurance run. But he's not out of the woods yet with David Peralta coming to the plate. He's been on base all 4 times tonight. Give Pollock credit, by the way. Right-handed hitter. That fastball was way up, way out. Reached for it, and he put a good swing on it. Stung it to right center field. Now the left-handed batter. Buchter looks at second base. He comes home. And a fastball misses a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes to Peralta. He is now 19 for his last 33, Peralta. Means he's hitting .576 in the last week. Here's the 1-0. Takes it a little bit high. 2 balls and no strikes for Buchter. Goldschmidt is on deck. So I don't know that you can really work around this guy. Peralta's been on all 4 times tonight. So is Goldschmidt. He's been on 9 consecutive plate appearances. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch to Peralta. Swing and a miss. Tried to check his swing. Went down to a knee. But went around. And Buchter now gets one in his column. 2 balls and a strike. Peralta's brought the average up to 346. Two balls and a strike. Buchter looks at second, comes home, and the pitch is swung on and missed. 2-2. So I just said, he's got all these hits in the last week. These two teams, of course, played a week ago. First game of the series was last Tuesday. Peralta came into that game hitting 240. And again, he is now at 346. So he's added 106 points to his batting average in the last 8 days. That is how hot he is. Buchter, though, trying to finish him off. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Pollock at second. And the pitch is taken just a little bit outside. Good-looking fastball. It's been a tight zone all night from Tom Woodring. And the count is full, 3-2. Buchter gets a new baseball. 5-3 Diamondbacks. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on second, 2 away. And a full count to David Peralta with Paul Goldschmidt looming on deck. Buchter comes set. And the 3-2 pitch is fouled straight back.
I'm not saying the Padres have pitched well in this series, but they're hitting. Wow, like you said. 11 today, 16 yesterday, 10 on Monday. With several long balls involved. Yeah, they can hit.
Yeah, they're a real deal offensive team.
Yep.
No question. Another 3-2 pitch. Buchter is ready. Kicks the leg, comes home, and it's taken outside, ball 4. 2 singles and 3 walks tonight for David Peralta. And now you got to deal with Goldschmidt. He is officially 3 for 3 with an RBI single in the first, an RBI single in the third, and an RBI double in the fourth. Hit by a pitch in the 6th. The RBI double was originally ruled an error on Hunter Renfroe because it was a fly ball that he dropped. The official scorer went back and said the ball ticked off the wall, and that's why Renfroe missed it. We haven't seen a replay that would confirm that, but it is what it is.
Angles being what they are and physics being what it is. How could that happen?
First pitch is a fastball high outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Goldschmidt.
If we saw it come down, his glove was in front of the wall. It goes into his glove at the very top and falls out. If it had hit the wall, it would have ricocheted to the back part of that glove. I don't see, based on that, how it could possibly be what he's saying it is. But I'm sure we'll see other replays of it.
1-0 is popped up on the infield right side. Myers charging in from first base in foul territory now. Backs up a couple of steps and makes the catch. And Buchter does what he needed to do, which is keep the Diamondbacks from scoring in the bottom of the 8th. We'll go to the 9th. It's 5-3 Arizona. Hedges to lead off, followed by Ibar and the pitcher's spot. This is the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
Since 1950, Sid's Carpet Barn has been San Diego's floor covering leader. Sid's Carpet Barn, 132 West.
They came back out to within a run. And in the 9th inning, former Padre Fernando Rodney shut him down 1-2-3 to close it out, earn his 6th save of the year. Here tonight, he's going to try for number 7. He's got a 2-run cushion to work with. It's 5-3 Padres. He got the top of the order to contend with on Monday, took care of Margot Myers and Solarte. Here tonight, it's Hedges, Ibar, and then a pinch hitter. So we'll see how Rodney fares. Archie Bradley, 3 pretty good innings of relief for them. Did give up the home run to Renfroe. But after that, pretty much shut the Padres down and struck out 5. So we are ready to go in the 9th. Rodney and Hedges to start it off, and to bring you all of the action, here's Ted Leitner.
Thank you, and hoping there is some. See what they can do here. Great rally in game 1 on Monday, but not the case yesterday. Not a good game. A 9-3 win by Arizona. They've led all the way here in this series. They're trying to take that into the 9th inning today with the 6, 7, 8 batters. Austin's never seen him and did not on Monday. Fastball delivered by Fernando, the 40-year-old right-hander from the Dominican. Strike call. Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. He and Helen have 6 children. 0-1 on the way. That's fastball again, but it's just inside. 1-1. Still lives in Santo Domingo. Born in Samana, DR, Dominican Republic, where the Padres had their academy. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball, 94, 1-2. Austin had homered against De La Rosa. The at-bat, the inning, couple of innings before Rodney came in on Monday. Austin today on with a walk, on with a single, continuing to do what he's doing. 1-2 pitch. Slow ground ball past the mound. Second baseman Drury on the second hop and grab. Throw, one gone. Top of the ninth. Looking to go 7 for 7. Did that as a Padre and then some.
Eric Ibar.
Eric Ibar, seen him a little bit in his American League days. Did not face him Monday, but his 2 for 7 against him lifetime. That's more than any ABs that anybody's got kind of combined the rest of the club. Whether that matters or not, don't know. Going to try to bunt for a base hit, third base line. Great bunt. Bare hand grab. It's going to be a base hit all the way. Eric Ibar, I'm telling you, this is the kind of guy that finds a way to help his club win a game different ways every day. With the bat, with the glove. Terrific bunt of the third base line. Lamb came in about 75 feet to make the bare hand grab and just held on to it. Now you bring the tying run to the plate with one away in the ninth inning. And that will be Hector Sanchez.
That's the kind of bunt, you show that to Jankowski and Spangenberg, and you go, that's exactly how you do it. It was perfect. And by the way, Sardinius was in the on-deck circle, and I think had Ibar not reached, it would have been Sardinius. But now, with the tying run at the plate, they go to the power and Hector Sanchez.
And he's thinking one swing, Hector's got that. Hey, in this ballpark, you're in scoring position when you're in the on-deck circle, as the old joke goes. So he hadn't been swinging the bat very much like he did in the spring, but he's back in Arizona. What do you got? First pitch fastball. Foul back out of play. Likewise, Hector has never faced Fernando Rodney. As Joe Garagiola, who lived many of the last years of his great, great life here. Oh, he said he modeled many uniforms, as did Joe. But Fernando may win him way more than Joe. Going to let that runner go. Pitches inside. A ball, 1-1. And down to second base goes Eric Ibar. It is a stolen base. Conference on the mound there with the shortstop Ahmed, Drury from second, and the catcher Mathis. That meeting is short, brief, done. 5-3 Diamondbacks, a 1-1 count with a runner on and one away here. Schimpf in the on-deck circle, another guy who can do some damage here with one swing. Lord knows he's due. So's Hector, as a pinch hitter is noted. Taking low for a ball. Hitters count 2-1. Hector 0 for 5 as a pinch hitter on the year. 0 for 11 on the year, period. Yeah, I'd say that would be due. Well, Rodney's tough. You know that fastball. Padre fans saw him. And a terrific change. Gee, a Padre closer with a great changeup. Have I heard that before? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The great Mr. Huffman. So his older brother stands down there by the third base coaching box, picking up his runner, or getting ready to, hoping he'll have to. The 2-1 by Fernando in the dirt. Great shift and right there to his right, and a stop by Mathis. 3-1.
Fernando not his usual self right now. Kind of stalking around more than you're used to seeing. I don't know if he doesn't feel right or what, but he's missing with the fastball. Not close, easy takes. And he just doesn't quite look like his usual confident self.
I think, Sanchez is the switch hitter. Obviously from the left side against Fernando. The 3-1 line to left field. That's a base hit. Had to wait for it to clear. Now on his way is Ibar. He'll just get to third. No mistakes there. Just had to wait to see if it would go through. Everybody did the right thing, but now the Padres have the tying runs aboard at the corners. Only one away for the other overdue guy. Like I said, Ryan Schimpf. They'll run for Hector, of course, at first base. Alan Cordoba will be the runner there. for Sanchez, and a line single to the left side, opposite way.
Pitch running at first base, number 17, Alvin Cordova.
We hear you, Yogi. We hear you. It ain't over till it's over, he's alleged to have said.
That was hard hit from Sanchez.
Very much so.
Okay.
Ryan Schimpf, who started the game Monday but did not see Fernando Rodney in the ninth inning. Had an AB last year against him. And got a base on balls with the Marlins. Throw to first, right on the bag is Cordova. 5-3 Diamondbacks. Ryan line to second base. In his other at-bat after coming in at third for Spangenberg on the double switch. Fastball Fernando, strike called. Get ahead. Those teams I was talking about with the Tigers and the Angels and Tampa, Seattle, the Cubs, Seattle again, Padres, Miami, and now Arizona. The baseball chronology of Fernando Rodney goes to first base with just a lob. Cordova right on the bag.
Cannot get picked off.
Well said. We mentioned Justin Turner picked off at second base the other day with Adrian at the plate. Picked off at second as the tying run in the Dodger-Giant game. End of game. Gee golly, how embarrassing. 0-1 pitch. High fly ball. Rushed. Deep right field. Up ball going. Ball is long gone. So, 2 is the lead for Arizona. They've led this entire series. Under Yogi's, once again, axiom, it's never over till it's over, or never over till Ryan Schimpf says it's over. He scores on a 3-run home run. 6-5 Padres in the ninth inning. How about them boys?
Center fielder, Manuel Margot.
Suck the air out of this place, I would think. Here's Manuel Margot. Ryan had an offer. Ryan was due. Sometimes that matters, sometimes it does not. This time it mattered. Home run number 4 for Mr. Schimpf. RBI 789. Section just to the left of the right field foul pole. Wasn't fair by much, but fair by enough to be called a 3-run home run. 0-1 to Margot's outside on a fastball. 1-1.
Trip around the diamond sponsored by Daniels Jewelers. For every Padres home run, the Daniels Jewelry family donates $1,000 of jewelry to local children's charities like A Place Called Home for their fundraising auctions. Daniels Jewelers, making diamond dreams come true since 1948.
Pitch to Manny, blooped into right field. That should fall for a base hit. That does fall, by gosh. In front of Peralta. Fought it off nicely on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Fernando. So Margot, with his first AB against this guy, this long-time Major League veteran, now has an possible insurance run on for Corey Spangenberg.
Just going back to Schimpf, I mean, Andy Green has been asked about him regularly. He's 1 for 27 going into that at-bat in which he homered. And he said, with a guy like that, a slugger like that, one swing can click everything into place. That's obviously what you're hoping for moving forward.
Rodney delivers. That'll be the change inside for ball 1. In this ninth inning, the pitching change of Rodney for Bradley, who was really, really good. And the pitching change powered by GTM Discount Stores. Shop GTM, San Diego's #1 discount store. 6-5 Padres. Runner going. Fouled out of play down the left field line. Margot had a sprinters off the starter's blocks kind of a jump. They'd have never thrown him out. He's going back to first base. You just can't beat the long ball. You know what I mean? It's just a lovely weapon. Renfroe went deep in the 6th. I mean, just to the left of dead center. Huge blast. Schimpf was not cheap. Just a matter of fair foul. Answer fair. 1-1. Manny starts to go, then stops. Low ground ball, third base. Charging Lamb with the glove grab. Throw is off the bag. Safe at first. Throw back to second. Manuel's on the bag at second. And the boys are continuing to continue right here in the ninth inning. Call it a base hit. Double digits for both sides in that category. Not as important as the other one to the left of it. Runs which is now 6-5 Padres. Spangenberg. Wouldn't have mattered in terms of where he was in the bag because that throw on a one bounce backhand scoop clearly took Goldschmidt off the bag. Infield single. 5 hits in the inning and counting. What a big AB to add on here for Will Myers with only 1 away. First pitch swinging, line foul. Pass Hoffey in the third base coaching box. Strike 1.
It all began with a perfect bunt pushed up the third baseline by Eric Ibar.
You said a mouthful. That's the old baseball. There's no such thing as little things. Everything's important when you add them up. Hey, it's a cliche, but if it's true, then it ain't a cliche. It's a fact. Wells hitless on the day with his latest 4-game hitting streak. The runners go in a double steal. They throw down to second base. They throw a little high. Safe at second base. Double steal. Margot to third. Spangenberg to second. Padres have that speed out there. Those two on the bases. The other fast guy is Myers. He's at the plate. But now the double play is not in order with runners at second and third and only 1 away. Margot gets his second of the year. Spangenberg is first since his just recent call-up for this series from the Chihuahuas in El Paso. Infield up, not quite all the way on the left side, all the way on the right side. On the infield defense for Arizona. 0-2, up and in, ducked him. I'm not sure how close that was. I'm sure Will thought it was really close, or he wouldn't be now just getting up. 1-2.
It'll look close at 96. Yeah, it was up and in a little. More up than in, but it was in, I'd say.
Ran in on him, no question. Didn't start that way, but ran in on him. Fernando, that's your teammate. That's your former teammate, Will Myers, out there. Yeah, like he cares. The 1-2 is a change in the dirt. Blocked by Mathis. Even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on. 1 away. 11 hits, both clubs.
Coors Light.
You said it. Fernando has blown his first save of the year after going 6 for 6. Delivery for a fastball past him, swing and a miss. That is the strikeout for out number 2 here in this 9th inning. Really big for Fernando to give his club right now a shot, down only 1. First base is open for the left-hander Solarte, or the switch hitter from the left side, if you will. Fernando gave up his second home run of the year today. And despite his 6 saves, he had 8 1/3 innings, 8 hits and 6 earned runs. Solarte hits one a long way to right center field. That ball's going to be off the wall. Nobody's catching that. Here come the boys. Margot scores. Spangenberg scores. The boys have blown it open here after taking their first lead of the game in the 9th inning on a 2 RBI double by Yenhefer Solarte. And not cheap. I mean, Gapper, right center field. Here comes Torey Lovullo. His closer has coughed it up for the first time this year and coughed it up muy grande. 8-5 Padres. Torrey's going to get the ball. We're going to get a break here in the 9th inning. Padres in this ball game. Trailing until the 9th inning, getting a crooked number 5 spot up there with a half a dozen base hits and an 8-5 lead and a runner at second base. Back shortly in Phoenix. FM 94.9, Padres Radio Network. For years, people have asked me about the UFCW Local 135 because I speak for them. I believe in them. They are the United Food and Commercial Workers.
22276. See dealer website for details. Must take retail delivery by 5/1/2017. Catch every pitch this season on your new home for the Padres. FM 94.9.
Big doings here in the top of the 9th inning here. Padres doing this on the road for the first time all year. They come out there and explode with 5 runs after being down 2 going into the inning after 8 full. About a half a dozen hits, including a huge 3-run home run by the overdue Ryan Schimpf. He's been struggling. He's been walking. He didn't walk today, man. He hit one to right field to the left of that foul pole by about a half a section. That put them ahead. They've added on here in the 2 RBI double by Solarte. Here's the right-hander, Tom Wilhelmsen, ex of the Seattle Mariners. Always had good stuff. First pitch to Hunter. Fastball in the hands. Foul back out of play. Boys have batted around. This is batter number 9 in the 9th. Bottom half, it'll be Lamb, Tomas, and then a hitter for the pitcher after the earlier double switch. 5, 6, 7. Actually, 4, 5, 6. Solarte walking his lead at second base. Out in front of the breaking ball. Just got a piece, Hunter. Fouled it back, 0-2. He homered in the 6th. NC, not cheap. Way high over the 413 sign toward left center. Renfro's number 5, RBI 9. That was as the leadoff batter in the 6th. Wilhelmsen on the 0-2 breaking ball. Got a hold of that, too. Did he get it or not? In the left field. At the wall. Tomas makes the grab. Bumps the wall. Holds on. This close. But that's okay. It's still 5 runs on 6 hits. No errors. And a man left at second base. Padres go to the bottom of the 9th with an 8-5 lead in Phoenix. Teddy Jesse with the FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
Sorry I'm late, Fred, but lunch is on me.
Really? What's the occasion?
I visited Lexus Carlsbad and Escondido and then bought an L-certified pre-owned Lexus.
KSD.com. Will Myers crushes it here. The Padres, FM 94.9.
Marlins brought in their closer, former Padre Fernando Rodney. He coughed it up big time. Now the Padres bring in their big fellow, the closer, Brandon Maurer, looking for save number 4. Everything's turned around here. And look at all those empty seats. Oh, yeah. They have gone to the parking lots here. They have little faith. Maurer to Jake Lamb. First pitch fastball, strike called. 8-5 Padres. Now finally out hitting the Diamondbacks and leading them by the 3 runs. Out hitting them 12-11. Maurer goes fastball, low and outside on this one, 1-1. Brandon back again. All fastballs low. 2-1. First appearance of the series. Fouling it back. Another. Fastball. 96 miles an hour. I mentioned the other day, this is one of the hardest throwers in my time with the Padres, right? Without any question. Going way back to Gossage throwing about 95, 96. Who knew? Nobody had guns back then. It was all estimated for the most part. Pitch inside 3-2. I mentioned Johnny D. Acquisto, who's here. Works in this area for Major League Baseball. Saw Johnny yesterday. Johnny was for sure a high 90s guy. I think first Padre ever to do that. 3-2. Fooled him. Could not hold up on another fastball. Trying to start early on a 97 and just had a bad swing. Strike 3, 1 gone in the bottom of the 9th.
Pitching change brought to you by Rancho Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Better service, better financing offers. No one saves you more than Rancho.
Yasmani Tomas. Hey, can't tie the game with a swing. Nobody on. Descalso comes on deck. He'll hit in the 6th spot, which is the pitcher spot, after the earlier double switch. Pitch is a ground ball, shortstop. Thinking 1-2-3, Brandon, huh? Ibar, grab, throw, on to Myers, 2 away. Reminder, the safe situation is brought to you by Mission Fed. Each year, Mission Fed gives back over $1 million to the communities in which we live, work, and play. Mission Fed. All San Diegans, welcome. Trying to get that 1-2-3. For, as mentioned, save number 4. First fastball, first pitch, foul back, strike 1. Oh, awfully quiet here. Two out, nobody on in the 9th, 8-5 Padres. After a 5-run top of this tonight, taking another one for a strike. Hey, he's got a 3-run lead. He's loose. He's throwing nothing but fastballs, 97 mph. No balls, 2 strikes. Maurer shakes off Austin twice. Then comes back. He says, forget that slider stuff. I'm throwing another fastball. He does. Swing and a miss. And this ball game belongs on strike 3 of Descalso to my San Diego Padres. Their best 9th inning rally of the year, home or road. They come up huge against Fernando Rodney, who had been perfect in terms of save situations. Not today. They get 5 in the top half. They get Maurer 1, 2, 3, blowing them away with a strikeout, ground out, strikeout in the bottom of the 9th. Final 8-5 Padres. Back with a wrap here in the post-game show with Chris there. Coming up next on the 94.9 FM Padres Radio Network.
Hello, human. It's me.
Back in Chase Field in Phoenix. Teddy Jesse with you. This one was one of those that, as a broadcaster, as a fan, you just don't see that often statistically. It doesn't happen that often. When you're down by 2, you don't normally. The odds are way against you to score 5 in the top of the 9th. That's what the boys did, though, in their best comeback and one of the great wins so far, without any question, of this season. Because Trevor Cahill, like Clayton yesterday, just didn't quite have what they've had lately, what Trevor had the last time on a homestand against the Marlins. 5 2/3 with 9 hits and 5 earned runs. Sometimes you can get a win on that, but he'll get a no decision. He'll take that no decision. They got him off the hook because his boys picked him up with that 5-run 9th, as mentioned, including the home run by Ryan Schimpf. So that's the deal, as they are down in the ball game all day long until that 9th, and then go against their former teammate, last year All-Star in Petco Park, Fernando Rodney, who had been 6 for 6. Now he has 6 saves out of 7 tries because he is the loser here today. Today's game was brought to you by Mission Fed, longtime community partner of the hometown team, the San Diego Padres. To find out more, visit missionfed.com/community. These are the totals here for this one. It was a dandy, as they say. The Padres, 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 6 left. And the Diamondbacks, 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 10 left. Ryan Buchter wins his first of the year. He is 1-0. Rodney, his first loss of the year. He is 1-1. As mentioned, Maurer gets saved number 4. Smallest crowd they've ever had here. 12,215 in the ball yard. Lengthy game at 3 hours, 14 minutes. When you win the game like that, or you win the game, period, nobody cares how long it was. It was 3:14. It's done and done. And the 4th consecutive game, the 4th consecutive 6:40 game will be tomorrow night. While the boys have a chance to get a split, which you'll take on the road anytime. Jared Weaver against Taijuan Walker, who has terrific stuff. He'll be out here tomorrow with a 2-1 and a 4.57 earned run average. Padre Baseball on FM 94.9 has been a presentation of Entercom Radio and the San Diego Padres Radio Network. Our producer-engineer here in Phoenix. Live, Dave Marcus, Senior Executive Producer Rich Herrera, Assistant Producer Jim Russell, and Studio Coordinators Jesse Moore and Cindy Pace. I'm Ted Leitner with Jesse Agler in Phoenix. Again, reminding you once again for the 6:40 start tomorrow to try to get on Getaway Day a win, a split, and on to San Francisco. A 5-run 9th, a 3-run home run to put them ahead by Ryan Schimpf. And the Padres win it by the final of 8-5. Good night from Phoenix, Arizona. Chris Heller in the post-game show coming up next on FM 94.9 Padres Radio Network.
Hey fans, Jesse